WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
The dog days of August are barking. It's an NFL preseason week here on Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash. Plenty to get into on the football without the course of the week.
Finally!
No Evan Roberts this week. He's on vacation. As a matter of fact, I don't think the three of us are going to be together for basically until Labor Day week. Either way, Connor Green is with us across the way. As I mentioned, we'll get into plenty of football throughout the day. There's no Yankee baseball tonight, but coming off that Yankee game yesterday, I did want to lead with the Yankees because I feel like the sour taste of what happened yesterday and once again, not scoring runs is going to be on everybody's mind.
Get used to it. Get used to it.
I know, but I'm going to say not get used to it.
Why? Jazz Chisholm isn't going to all of a sudden start hitting 300.
Well,
Trent Grisham is exactly what we thought he was before last season. You know, his contract year-ish, where he played phenomenally and hit phenomenally. He's in a 217 hitter over his career, and he's hitting 213. Why are we surprised? Some of the young kids, Spencer Jones, I know he's had some moments, but he's a kid. He's still figuring it out. He's hitting 212. And look, we love what George Lombard Jr. has done, but he's also a kid. He's not your savior. So unless Aaron Judge is walking through that tunnel in the next couple of days or weeks, I should say, and Ben Rice turns back to Ben Rice at the beginning of the season where he was hot and hitting home runs every other day, how are you scoring runs? Like, we know what this Yankee team has become. Our pitching better be exceptional.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're not winning.
Well, that's part of it. So let me just say this, and I say this fully knowing that this feels like the meme when the guy puts on the clown mask in front of him. This isn't me trying to be positive Tommy or some of the stuff Chris says, but I left this weekend with the Braves, Tiki, with a lot of hope for this Yankee team. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's the truth. I sensed it on Friday off the off day that it felt like it could be a good weekend. And the truth is the Braves came into New York Yankees Yankee Stadium. I don't know why I was teeing it up with the New York Yankees. They came into Yankee Stadium this weekend, the hottest team in the National League.
Yes.
Winners of 9 straight. And the Yankees battle back on Friday night, have that incredible comeback win of which I was in the building for. Saturday, they wake up, they score a bunch of runs. It's the Lombard Jones show. And then yesterday, my biggest question about yesterday wasn't necessarily will the offense continue to score. It was, is everything all right with Cam Schlittler? And he completely dominated. So here's my reason for hope, Tiki. That is a potential team the Yankees could see in the World Series. Now, I think it'll be the Dodgers if the Yankees are lucky enough to get there.
I don't know. Dodgers can't win right now.
They can't win right now either.
Right.
And what the Yankees just showed you is that when they have those three guys dealing at the top of the rotation, that is the ultimate X factor that the Yankees have not had the past couple of years. Now, are the Yankees in some kind of offensive malaise that they can't shake? Of course. Tiki just alluded to it.
The problem is it's been for so long.
Yeah, but, and it's a big but, things are changing and you could sense it. Here's, first of all, at least we now know, as bad as this has been, Aaron Judge, at least there's a pathway to coming back.
Well, he says he's going to be back.
Yeah.
He said he wants to be back before the season's over.
But we got the imaging news last week.
But of course, but doing it and coming back and being Aaron Judge is different than just being Aaron, on the field.
I thought you were going to say Aaron. Never mind.
I wasn't, but keep going.
We're off and running. It's only 10:03. But that, they're getting Cody Bellinger back. And you just used the word savior for a certain guy on the Yankee team. Mm-hmm. And the truth is, I'm clutching my pearls as I say this. I kind of think it's accurate.
Don't jinx him, man. Come on.
George Lombard Jr., as unfair this is to him, it's not about pressure, and it's not about me saying it. He is the savior for the New York Yankees.
In what way?
How about this?
Because of his energy? Because of his, well, you know what he gives you is consistent defense. You know that he's going to be elite. You know that he's going to make every play he's supposed to make, and you know he's going to make a lot of the ones he probably shouldn't make. That is encouraging. Defense up the middle it plays forever and is vital, especially against, you start playing some of the better teams in Major League Baseball as you get through this part of the summer and get into September and then ultimately in the postseason. It's going to matter what George Lombard is able to do with his glove. I love that. But last night I'm watching this game and we had questions about Cam Schlittler. His last start was not good. And he struggled, and he battled, and it ended after 4 innings. he was dominant. He gave up one run, and all of a sudden, in my mind, I'm saying, this feels like Jacob deGrom.
Yeah, they can't score for him.
They can't score for him. And until he was out of the game, it was past him, and Trent Grisham hits a home run, and he no longer has the decision on his ledger. I'm saying to myself, this team is going to waste great outings by some of these unbelievable pitching performances that we're seeing. You saw it from Fried, you saw it from Garrett Cole, and then you saw it from Cam Schlittler. And each of those games will run games.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not comfortable. I know you maybe we'll get used to them winning that way, but over the last 50 games, Shaun, they're 500. They are an average team, and it's not because they don't have consistent pitching. Their pitching has been phenomenal. They're 500 because their offense sucks. And I don't care what name you want to throw in there. It's just not comforting to be a Yankee fan right now.
It's not. And I'm not saying I'm comforted, but I see signs. And I think the Lombard part is where I see the signs. What he has done in this first week, nothing is like extraordinary. He's only got 2 homers or whatever, but there's certain moments. Like yesterday, he's up and he's got 2 strikes on him, and he just has this confident eye where he takes these 2 straight pitches, draws the walk. What he did Friday night where the team was dead in the water 2-0, and he has that little single just by hustling and getting around the bases. And then he obviously makes the play in the 10th inning Friday. Then Saturday, he obviously hits the home run. There are just things, Tiki, where I'm watching George Lombard play this first week, and I'm saying that is different than what the Yankees have had in October in the last couple of years. That guy could create a run at any given inning and saves runs nonstop where it's not going there. And yeah, it's not all on his plate. And yeah, Jazz Chisholm is stunk. And yeah, the catching position has been not addressed and terrible. Yeah, Trent Grisham had 2 hits yesterday, but he has not been great. I know that we will, you're right, about Judge and all this. Hey, he says this, we'll see this. But if Judge does get back, and if Cody Bellinger is back, you add what Luis Garcia Jr. has kind of brought to this team here, and you add George Lombard, that is basically 4 bats that have not been here for the freaking malaise of this team. And you combine that with what they just showed you they are capable of on the mound when those 3 guys pitch in a row versus one of the National League's best that they have to offer. How do I not leave at least hopeful?
Yeah, I can understand wanting to see hope, but I think you also have to think about the reality of this Yankee team. This Yankee team under Aaron Boone doesn't win when they're on the road in the postseason. Now, the question is, are they going to be on the road in the postseason?
I think so.
Absolutely. The Tampa Rays don't lose.
That's the other thing.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And their next 5 series are against all sub-500 teams, from the A's, the O's, the Blue Jays, and the Orioles again. Look, the Orioles are coming a little bit, but the Rays don't lose. And they keep extending their lead on the Yankees, and the Yankees are a 500 team. So how are they catching them? And by the way, they might get passed by the Red Sox. Who
Thank God they lost 2 in a row.
77. What do they play? They're playing 700 ball over the last 50 games or so. And so the Yankees are not in an enviable position because they don't have control anymore. I think for a lot of these seasons when we look at the Yankees and we're like, oh, yeah, they're going to get to the postseason and it'll be X, Y, Z and yada, yada, yada. We'll determine whether or not we're anointing Judge finally or the pitching holds up or whatever the story may be. It's felt like they've had control. The Yankees have zero control of their path this year because the Rays are out of control. They're ridiculous. They've been
to
this
take
way.
2 or 3 from Atlanta and then not gain any ground on the Rays, or at least keep it steady, is insane.
It's insane. And the Red Sox don't lose either. 35-15 over the last 50 games. And it seems seemingly they can win any moment in any game, even when they're down by 6 runs. And so the Yankees don't feel like they have control over what's in front of them. And that's why I'm optimistic, like you say, but I'm also pessimistic at the same time because I see the reality of the hurdles in front of them.
No, totally agree. Look, this is me trying to play chess here and look ahead based on the evidence of what I've gotten the last week. And I'm carving a path. And I would also say, Tiki, you hit on something with the Rays. I also think this goes for me. This goes for most Yankee fans and probably should go for the Yankees themselves. Chasing down the Rays would be a lot of fun.
Yes.
But right now, you can't help the fact that the Rays don't lose baseball games. You have to see what the next 50 games or whatever the hell's left at this point provide. But I think we almost need to change our algorithm in our brains. Work with me on that word, on what we expect from the Yankees.
You're right.
And that is, I got to stop worrying about the division. I almost have to stop worrying about the Red Sox for now. Now, the Red Sox did lose 2 in a row. I'm concerned. Here's what the Yankees need to worry about. In all honesty, themselves in this way. Do what you did this weekend. Obviously, you'd like to score more runs. Win series. That's what baseball regular season are all about. Mm-hmm. Every team that's in front of you, go take 2 out of 3. Now, of course, you'd like a couple sweeps mixed in there to really gain back a lot of the traction because you'd rather that wild card series be at Yankee Stadium and Fenway Park. But if the Yankees for the rest of the year can just not trip all over themselves and have series like they had with the Cardinals where not scoring runs completely haunts them, where the day they do score runs, they don't get the bullpen help.
Right.
Win these series like this weekend. Win this series with the Mariners. Because little by little, if you win and you start doing the little things, and George Lombard and even Spencer Jones to an extent start chipping in and giving you that young guy energy, and the pitching performances dominate, and you win the 2 out of 3 with the Max Fried, Cole, and Schlittler starts, you're going to get to a point by mid-September when the other guys, if the other guys are back, that you start realizing this team's a confident baseball team again. Well, and they need to reestablish their confidence, and I think that started this weekend.
I think that this team they're making the postseason. We know that, right? The Texas Rangers are the last team out of the wild card. They're 500. Yeah. The Yankees are 14 games over 500.
Yeah, Yankees are going to the playoffs.
It would have to be a colossal collapse over the last half of the season for them to not make the postseason. And so if you're going to argue that once the Yankees get to the post, forget the previous thought process about this Yankee team. Once they get to the postseason, they're bludgeoned. They hit the most home runs. They score the most runs. All this stuff, it's going to take care of itself. Aaron Judge is finally going to have his postseason to remember and stamp himself in the legacy of blah, 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 yada, yada nonsense. If you're willing to look at this iteration of this Yankee team and say they're going to make the postseason and then they have the best pitching matchups against anybody they face, then they can win any single one of these games in any of these series. You can be optimistic about that.
That's what I'm choosing.
But it's hard to think about that when you look at how the Yankees have always won. And it's by being dominant at the plate and bludgeoning bullpens, bludgeoning inferior pitching. They're not even doing that.
No, they're not.
Against bad pitchers, they look average.
Yeah, without a doubt. But they always have their bats go silent in October anyway. Mm-hmm. What they fail to do is get enough outs to counteract that, which is why I'm choosing to be optimistic. And I do think they now have a table setter, which will bring me to like my Thor hammer last point that I brought up last week at the end of the week with Evan. I don't care that he's a rookie. I think that think about all the things that have evolved in baseball, okay? Lefty-righty splits. Mm-hmm. We have a runner at second base now. No longer is your best hitters hitting third or fourth, right? You try to put them at the top of the order. My point is we evolve in baseball a lot, right? So why are we still stuck in our ways that a rookie who's only been here in a week has to hit at the bottom of the order? Just bear with me. Can we just think sensibly without overreacting and screaming and yelling? There is pressure that comes with being the shortstop of the New York Yankees.
Of course, and he's handling it with
ease.
Right.
There is pressure with the fact that everybody knows you were the untouchable prospect that wouldn't be traded to make this team better when people thought they were better World Series contenders the last 2 years. George Lombard is no stranger to pressure. And George Lombard has burst on the scene in a time when the team needed him the most and just looks like he's 15 years into the league as far as a veteran goes.
He really does.
So I know that he had a big 2-hit game and Trent Grisham did yesterday out of the leadoff hole. But before that, we're going on 7 weeks bleeding out from that spot. I don't know how, again, with an off day today for the second time in basically a calendar week, or not a calendar week, in a week, the Yankees have an off day. You've already risen him out of the 8 spot to the 7 spot, the 6 spot. George Lombard Jr., the best version of the Yankees, is going to feature him hitting leadoff. And I'd rather do that sooner rather than later. Does that mean it changes everything offensively? No, but I know this. I want to see him get more looks at the top of the order, and I want to see less of Trent Grisham hitting at the top of the order.
Yeah.
And you can't, while this offense struggles, you can't just keep running Jazz and Grisham out there hoping things are going to change in their same little batting spots. Let George Lombard be the table setter and stop giving me this nonsense that there's too much pressure on him because he's a rookie. He has handled everything with ease. Throw some more pressure on him.
Yeah, look, I think we had this conversation last week. I'm pretty sure we did. Talking about his dad, because his dad was at his first game. He goes yard. He watches his brother hit a home run as well via iPhone or whatever device they were looking at. And
I think they were droid guys.
Yeah, maybe they are.
I'm just kidding.
Who cares? But my point is, I honestly believe that players, and this isn't a knock on anyone who isn't in this situation, but young players who had parents that did it have just a mental edge because they've been talked to about this forever.
Right.
It's even, I used to do this with my kids. And I knew that they probably weren't making it into the NFL. You know what I mean? When they were in high school and then they're in college, they're in Ivy Leagues, for Christ's sake.
But you had real life mileage to pass this to.
But 100%. So I would give them just advice about how to handle situations. You know what? When you have this kind of day, you got to handle it this way. You got to say all the right things, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that, look, I'm passing on experience. It's what you do. And so the fact that George Lombard's dad, who played just a little bit, but also he's a man, he's a coach in Major League Baseball, helps him immensely.
Yeah,
because he's not any of these moments that come up. He also has somebody he can just call.
That's true. Who's lived it?
I mean, he could obviously talk to his teammates, I'm sure, but it's just different when it's your dad. And there's something to that. It's like you see in football, like all of these Plaxico's kid, Bettis's kid. They're all going to Notre Dame. You know what
Wild,
I mean?
yeah.
And they're going to make it. Like Larry Fitzgerald kid is there now. You know it because their dads help them. They obviously have to have the athletic ability, which George Lombard Jr. has. They have to have the baseball acumen, which clearly George Lombard Jr.
does he?
has.
Yeah.
There is that mental side of it that you just have an advantage when your dad did it.
I think that's totally plausible. It makes all the sense in the world on why he's handled this with ease. But I'm telling you, Tiki, I watch him, and I have a pretty good track record. I said this last year after Cam Schlittler's first start. Remember, it was you and I sitting here, and I said, that kid's untradeable. You could tell there's something a little extra there.
Well, he has an edge.
He has an edge. And I'm getting the same sense here with George Lombard a week in. There's a quiet confidence that borders on cockiness edge. He's just so freaking smooth.
Right.
And it's both offensively and defensively that I just want to see more of him. I don't want to see a team. Under normal circumstances, I'd be with everybody. Hey, let Derek Jeter hit ninth, right? Like, let George Lombard hit. This is not normal circumstances. The Yankees lineup actually needs George Lombard Jr., which is a sad indictment. I would throw it at him. I'd throw the book at him. Yeah, I'd hit him at the top of the order now.
Yeah, and the reason you can is because what you're doing isn't working.
That's exactly it.
Right. So what do you have to lose?
Right.
You don't have anything to lose. It's hard to do it because he's just a kid.
Yeah.
He's in his debut season, and Aaron Boone doesn't have the data to back it up. But sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Yeah. And I could argue he's helping wake up the bottom of the order, too, because we saw, throughout the weekend, Ryan McMahon and Austin Wells each have big hits, hitting right behind George Lombard. Maybe it's a good thing for Ben Rice and Luis Garcia Jr. to have him there. So, look, that's the camp I'm in. I've seen enough of George Lombard to know I'm a little more bullish on the Yankees than I think a lot of people are now, and this comes from somebody who was screaming and yelling at the deadline. I think the signs are there, and the signs all start with George Lombard, that this could be a different final 50 games, and the Yankees need to stop worrying about the Rays and just stash series wins like they did, and hopefully, just hopefully, the conference could go. Is that me with clown makeup? Maybe it is.
Maybe, but I also look at this team and see 500.
Yeah.
I can't help but see 500.
So cold water Tiki here.
It's not even cold water Tiki. It's just a reality. It's reality Tiki.
Tiki believes in science, and we will do plenty of
science and math are never wrong.
You're right. We will do plenty of football throughout the show as well, including MetLife Stadium getting a reprieve. We'll break down that. Plus, I think Tiki has an issue with Jose Caballero after this weekend as well. It's 888-808-1019. Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash. No Evan this week, and it's time for that Yankee turning point of the game. Be the first caller to correctly identify yesterday's turning point of the game at 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326, and you'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great, even late at Wendy's. It's all from your flagship station for New York Yankees baseball, The Fan.
Circa Resort and Casino is giving you a lot of chances to win a lot of money. $30 million in guaranteed prizes in Circa Million and Circa Survivor. There's no rake in these contests, so if the entries go above the guarantee, all that extra money goes right into the prize pool. You got to register at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada, but then you can play from anywhere. And here's how you play. There are 3 ways to win. Circa Million 6 million in guaranteed prizes. Pick 5 teams against the spread every week, and the winner takes home $1 million. Then there is Circa Survivor, 20 million guaranteed to the winner or winners. Pick 1 team straight up every week, and if your team loses or ties, the entry is eliminated. Remember, you can only pick each team once per season. And then the granddaddy of them all, Circa Grandissimo, the ultimate high-stakes survivor game with a $100,000 entry fee. So big timers only. $4 million guaranteed to the winner or winners. Remember, 3 ways to win. Circa Million 6, Circa Survivor, Circa Grandissimo. Register at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada and play from anywhere.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Access PT. Don't play through pain, outperform it. Physical therapists at Access PT create personalized plans to get you moving again. No referral needed. Most insurance is accepted. With locations throughout New York, care is always within reach. Go to accessptw.com for an appointment today.
The Yankees meet the Mariners in the Bronx. 7:05 tomorrow night.
Breaking ball swung on and a high fly ball. Deep left field. Going back, gone!
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan, 101.9 FM, and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on Verizon. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org. Did you know you can donate real estate too?
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Brew, and I feel like everything in my life depends on being connected. Whether I'm uploading a video, hopping on a call before my show, or video chatting with my family back in Michigan, I never have to think about my Wi-Fi. And that's why Xfinity stands out. You get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, you can get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that.
New York baseball fan favorite and Latin pop sensation Jose Candelita Iglesias makes his Broadway debut in Buena Vista Social Club starting August 27th. Get tickets today.
Optimal Fibers in the house. Y'all know the number. 877-393-4448. Optimum Fiber, so fresh, so fine.
Optimum.com for details.
It's August. The dog days of summer are here.
I wonder how Nielsen Dodge can make it better.
Have a Dog Days of Summer savings event.
That's a doggone great idea.
Now that's a good girl.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease on new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $289 a month. Yes, just $289 a month.
There's always zero down payment available.
The credit help you need.
More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals.
Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event. With approval, term 36 months, due at sign, $69.82, add tax tag and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Get it in the app. Participation may vary.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose. So learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov. From New Jersey Human Services.
I felt a jackhammering pain in my jaw.
Like someone sawing my bones.
Barbed wire in my shoulder.
Like a cattle prod in my hip.
Like I put my foot in a blender.
Pain is different for everyone. But where pain starts, Journavx suzetrigine begins. Journavx is a non-opioid 50-milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain. Before those signals tell the brain to feel
like I punched an angry beehive.
And pain reduction can finally begin. Do not take Journavx with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems, as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Journavx may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes. To learn more about Journavx, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit journavx.com.
The New York Giants are getting ready for a new season. What are your expectations for Big Blue? Join the conversation at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Yankees got one of Cam Schlittler's best home starts of the season. Offense could not build on the momentum of the last game. Plus, as Atlanta won 2-1 in the 10th, the Yankees took 2 of 3 for the Braves, but still lost the game on Tampa, who just never loses. The Yankees are 5.5 back of first place now. And Tiki, you were just saying double-digit-wise?
Yeah. They haven't scored double-digit runs. So you go back to mid-June where they had that explosion against the Chicago White Sox. They scored 10 runs and 12 runs or whatever it was. They won 2 of those 3. But after that point, it's when the offense went somewhat anemic. And since that point, they've scored more than 5 runs, so 6 or more, in 4 games in the last month and a half, almost 2 months.
It's incredible.
And one of those games they lost.
Yeah.
Which was last week, obviously.
And this is still a team leading the American League at home runs.
I know.
And that's the case for them. I mean, that is just beyond pathetic. Max in Connecticut. Max, what's up?
Oh, hi. Hey, guys. How's it going?
All's good, Max.
So my question is for today is if realistically we play the Red Sox in the wild card series, which probably is most likely going to happen because, the Rays just don't stop losing.
Right.
Do you think we can realistically beat them in the series? Because I'm going to be honest, our offense right now is just completely garbage. And we're just so inconsistent and it's just a roller coaster. And every day I just get so mad when I see Trent Grisham leading off sometimes. Right. I'm like, I just don't understand what Aaron Boone is doing. So yeah, that's my question. And thank you guys. Big fans.
You know what? If I had to bet on it
Max.
right now, if I had to bet on that question right now, I would say the Red Sox would outscore the Yankees. And therefore win the series.
Okay.
For whatever reason, and I don't know how this transpired. I wish we were listening to Boston radio so they could give us the intel on how this is transpiring. But they are clutch in so many different ways. And it's not just 1 or 2 guys. It's everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody hits for that team. And their pitching's not too bad either.
Yeah, I watched way too much Red Sox A's this weekend than I care to admit. But even Saturday when they end up losing the game 7-3. They get the tying run to the plate in the 9th inning. And
It's
you're
like
just sitting
they
there
always
going,
find a way.
Are you serious? Yeah. Now I'm going to give you 2 pieces of good news to that question. Number 1 piece of good news is the Yankees don't play the Red Sox tomorrow in a wild card series.
Yes.
We're still talking about a month and a half to get there. That, again, you hope would include Cody Bellinger and Aaron Judge, plus more evolution from George Lombard Jr. and maybe even Spencer Jones. So that's number 1. Number 2, the fact that it's even a debate whether the Red Sox can or can't right now speaks to the Yankee pitching. Because right now, if you ask that question...
But the Red Sox pitching is pretty damn good.
I understand that. But like you just saw versus this Braves offense, what Fried, Cole, and Schlittler can do... That is tough to beat. Now, the point is, Tiki, if you had to tell me right now, I agree with you. But think about it. We even at least had to think in our head. The fact that the Red Sox have been as hot as they are and the Yankees have played that, the fact that we even have to think in our head and still get to the Red Sox answer tells you there is hope.
Well, it's also, at some point, baseball is baseball.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just, eventually, you get cold.
Which is what happened to Boston the last 2 days.
Exactly. And so eventually the Red Sox aren't going to win at a 700 win percentage like they've been for the last 50 games. Eventually they're going to become more of what I don't think they were as bad as they were at the beginning, and they're not as good as they are right now. So what are they come postseason? We don't have to worry about it. But if I had to bet on it today, I would say the Red Sox would win that series.
Listen, man.
And again, that's why Yankee fans are frustrated with this team, is because you look at even the division and it's like, man, I can't even guarantee that I'll beat our division.
If they lose to Boston in a playoff series this year, and you think about going from the World Series to losing the divisional round to then losing the wild card round, unfortunately that's a jobs have to be cost situation for the Yankees.
Of course.
That is just you're trending backwards.
I don't even want to think that far, because it's still a long way away.
Right. I'm just saying, if you arrived at that point, you can't have everybody come back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No, we're 44 games away from that point.
Frank and Syosset. Frank, what's up?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Shaun, God bless you, man. You still got a lot of hope. The Yankees need guys like you. They need standings in the seats, and they need those money from the TV.
Yeah, suckers, man. I can't stop watching these innings. I'm a total loser. I understand.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm a Yankee fan also. I'm just a little lean towards Tiki because he's kind of realistic. And, there's a lot of evidence throughout the whole season. They've been swept 4 or 5 times. And I don't want to go down the list. I told you guys how I feel. Tiki asked me a long time ago, do you feel they're going to go deep into the playoffs? And I said no. But I have a question about Chisholm. Tiki, does this weaken his negotiating powers? He's in a contract year.
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And by the way, Frank, he put so much of that pressure on himself.
Yeah.
And I love Jazz's attitude. I love his energy. I love there's just like a oomph about him.
I agree.
But he also plays with it so much on his sleeve that when it goes badly, you can almost just see exactly why it went badly.
Dude, that's the best way to put it.
You know what I mean?
Just know, there are certain games from like the first inning, this is going to be a bad one for Jazz.
Right.
And that's a frustrating player to have on a team.
It is. And I think so much of it was because he knew. I'll give you a football comparison. You remember Jameis Winston when his last season in Tampa? I've brought this up multiple times.
Okay, this would have been 2019.
Yep, he led the league in touchdowns, had 32 touchdowns. But he also led the league in interceptions. He had 30 interceptions.
Crazy year.
But he had this like swagger, this confidence in himself, and he just knew he was getting paid. He was like, dude, I led the league in touchdowns, man. I'm getting paid. And what happened was nobody wanted him because he was such a liability in critical moments. And Jazz is having that kind of season. There are moments where he's like, dude, we need him. He is amazing. And then there are other moments where you're like, he can't hit his way out of a paper bag.
He's got no approach on the plate, certain at-bats. And then some of the fielding decisions, like the double clutch was it yesterday. So, I mean, but then when he's on, you're like, this is why Jazz can carry you.
When he's on, you love him.
But I'll give Aaron Boone this. Aaron Boone cracked the door open for something this weekend, which I want to get your thoughts on. Friday night, they are sitting there. They cannot hit. I'm in the stadium. It's 2-0, and they can't hit. They pinch hit for Jazz Chisholm late in that game. And I was kind of stunned by it. And it was the right move, lefty versus lefty. Yeah. But Jazz now is at least deteriorated to the point where the manager is comfortable going, no, you're not good enough right now. I'm pinch hitting for you. And they pinch hit for Grisham in that game as well, which I thought was fascinating. Then they followed up Saturday by sitting him, and Caballero started at second base, which we'll get to in just a moment. And Caballero, if you look up, he's got like the third best batting average on the team. I think we forget because he does some of those frustrating things like Caballero's
fourth now because
Lombard.
Yeah.
So then they go back to Jazz yesterday. The point is pinch hitting and then playing Cabby on Saturday. I at least think the door is open now the rest of the year. There's no loyalty to Jazz.
You got to earn it.
You got to earn it. Like, you may not be here next year. Maybe he will because his cost has, plummeting. But there is zero loyalty to Jazz Chisholm the rest of the year. It is about playing your best players. And if Jazz Chisholm doesn't wake up, I have zero issue playing Jose Caballero at second base, just like I had zero issue with Caballero playing over Anthony Volpe at short.
Right.
Caballero is a pest, and when he's on the field, somehow something always happens. Now, I know, Tiki, because you sent the text, there was a moment this weekend from Caballero that drove you nuts, too.
It's just, I like that he tries to annoy opposing pitchers. I like that he has this attitude that it's me against the world. Everybody's against me, so screw you all. Like, that's how he plays. And you can enjoy that because you need those pains in the asses on your team because they annoy everybody else.
Yeah.
On the other teams, right? It's a guy you hate when he's on somebody else's team. You love him when he's on your team.
It's like me on this show.
But when he took his time. Was this Saturday or Sunday or Friday?
Saturday.
Saturday. Walking down the first base and just bitching and cussing and yelling at the umpire, even though he wasn't directly yelling at the umpire, just walking away and talking under his breath and like just taking his time to the point where you get, I think it was Austin Wells gets in the box.
Yeah.
And they call a strike on him.
Pitch clock violation.
Because he's just get to the freaking base.
Well, that's the thing. You're going to be a pest and annoy a pitcher. I'm okay with that. It can't be costing your teammates strikes.
That's exactly right.
This offense is in too much of a place. So I agree with you. I had an issue with that with Caballero, but overall, for better or for worse, every time Caballero plays, something's happening in a baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
He's that kind of player, and
it just annoyed me in the moment. I was like, dude, get your ass to first base and then scream at the umpire.
Dude, that's a bad one. I completely agree with you. But the way this Yankee team sometimes is so lifeless, I'm okay playing a lot more Caballero at second and not granting Jazz everyday abilities.
Yeah.
I
don't disagree with that. I'm not even talking about his ability because he's a good player.
But with that ability comes moments like what happened Saturday, which is you cannot be putting your teammates in that spot. That was soft crap from Caballero. Ari in West Orange. Ari, what's up?
What up, Ari?
Hey, how you guys doing? Thank you for taking the call. Appreciate it. Yeah, you stole a little bit of my thunder because that was going to be my point by Cavallero. You know, it seems like ever since they brought up Lombard and made the trade for Garcia, it's like they totally forgot that Cavallero and Rosario are on the team.
Yeah.
And look, you can't just be so into the analytics with the lefty-righty matchups. You got to just go by who is playing better.
Yeah,
you look at Rosario. You look at Rosario. Look at Cavallero. Their numbers. Their batting averages, both of them, are higher than McMahon and higher than Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
They both have about the same home runs as both those guys. I'm sorry, Ryan McMahon has been brutal all year. I know he's good defensively, which
carried
is fine.
him Friday night.
Yeah.
No, I know that. Every once in a while, like he's like these guys can all have good games every once in a while, but I mean, for the most part, his offense has not been good this year. And like I said, Cavallero's batting 30 points higher than he is, and as he is that. To me, I'm just playing the guys who are better guys.
The challenge
That's
is Ahmad Rosario is a utility guy.
That's it.
You play him every day. He's not gonna be productive.
And he cooled off when he had to play more, which his numbers
right.
are still reigning true to the beginning of the year.
Right. So Caballero is different than Ahmad Rosario. I wonder, you play the analytics so long that you forget the importance of giving somebody responsibility and trusting them to do their job every day. And then so you wonder sometimes, well, why aren't these guys hitting? Why are they? Why does it feel as urgent as it should be? It's because you've made it not urgent.
Correct.
You've made it okay to have a day off. And ultimately, in a game that has 162 and it's every freaking day. Baseball is every single day. When you start letting guys be okay, not being ready every single day, it's okay. I'm not playing today. You can't have that attitude.
You're right.
You got to have this. I'm in the lineup every day. My teammates need me every single day. And because they platoon so much, you can't establish it.
Dude, and Saturday, I thought, proved my point about and what he was saying about platoon. We overthink platooning too much.
Mm-hmm.
They simply did not have enough non-lefty bats that some lefties had to play versus Chris Sale on Saturday. Right. And what happened? Spencer Jones was the catalyst of the entire freaking offense and the entire win on Saturday. Under normal circumstances, Spencer Jones would have been sitting his ass on the bench that game due to lefty-righty splits.
Right.
Sometimes stop worrying about what the numbers say and just play your best players. And if Spencer Jones, who has many flaws in the game, plays like he did Saturday night, when these guys start to come back, like Cody Bellinger and eventually Aaron Judge, you know what I would do, Tiki? I'd continue to play Spencer Jones and not play Trent Grisham.
Right.
Because why not? The guy should have the runway to play, and he proved it again this weekend. Mason and Wesley Hills. Mason, what's up?
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking the call.
Pleasure.
Just earlier, you guys talking about the Yankees and the Red Sox, what would come out in the division series. I'm not, this is not on you guys. Just mentioning things like yesterday, I heard Keith say that, Yankees could be anybody. And I'm like, I don't think they could win anybody. Boston walked into L.A. They didn't just win. They just take 3 of 3, sweep them and walk out and just like nothing just happened. I don't think the Yankees believe in their wildest dreams right now if they can do it. They definitely don't feel that way. The fans don't feel that way either.
They just beat the other best team in the National League 2 or 3 this weekend.
Yeah. Disturbingly lost to the Athletics.
Pretty, I don't think it was very pretty.
Okay, well, was it pretty when Boston lost 2 games to the A's this weekend after beating the Dodgers like that? That's baseball. We joke around about the that's baseball Susan thing, but that's what it is. You're right. The Yankees could go out there and lose to everybody. They could lose to the White Sox in 3 games. Like, any of that could happen. But as long as you have those 3 guys up top of the rotation, as much as it is like Tiki brought up all those numbers, they might win the games 2-1 and you feel no enjoyment out of it.
You're sweating from
the wins still
start to finish.
Count, right? They still count.
Yes.
Louis in the Bronx. Louis, what's up?
Louis.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? This lineup has too many outs in it. It's very easy to navigate through this lineup. And, Shaun, I heard you say, that rotation. Yeah, you go into a series. It is nice. Fried, Cole, and Schlittler. But you know what? Maddox, Glavine, and Schmaltz, they didn't win, until Schmaltz went into the bullpen. So,
right.
They could be beat. In a short series, you lose 3-2 games. The starter comes out after 5 innings, 6 innings. It's a bullpen game. You got to hit. You got to put more than 3 runs on the board. You do. And this lineup,
but again,
and like I said, this lineup, you can navigate through it very easily. Very easily.
Louis,
Good pitches.
I get it, but aren't we all? I guess it's a stupid assumption. Aren't we all assuming that we're gonna, just like we finally saw Max Fried, Cole, and Schlittler together in a rotation for the first time? We haven't seen Cody Bellinger, Aaron Judge, Ben Rice, George Lombard lineup together for the first
true.
time?
No, it's true.
I mean, what has happened that we've seen these three guys
You almost forget because it feels like this has been going on forever.
I know.
Aaron Judge, I feel like Aaron Judge missed 100 games.
The fact that you said it's only been 50-something games.
He's missed 59 games. He's
That
played
is
in
a
now a couple off days
dread.
in here, so it's a little bit different from when he actually was not available for the team because he had some off days. But he's played in 59 of 118 games. That's exactly half. And in the games that he's missed, which is actually only 56 since the injury, they are 28 and 28. They're an average team,
and it feels like it.
And it feels like it.
Yeah.
It feels like what you're watching, a middle of the league team. Now, they're lucky that the American League is anemic. And the West is going to be won by a team under 500. It's like the NFC
South. Yes, exactly. Bucks or Panthers.
Right.
Is it Rangers or Astros?
8-9 or
Right.
81 and 80 getting into the postseason. 82 getting into the postseason. So, look, I think that ultimately the Yankees have the pitching advantage, but not the lineup advantage. And what matters more? When you get to the postseason, what matters more? Pitching or being able to score runs? And to me, it's being able to score runs.
You still got to score because
you got to score.
You can't win a game
Cam
0-0.
Swindler can give up a run, or Max or Garrett, Cole gives up 2 runs.
You feel bad when they give up a run too because it's like they're entitled.
I know.
When Schindler gave that run yesterday, all of a sudden I just had these rushes like, oh my God, is he all right? Of course he's all right. He's pitching a gem. He gave up 1 run. That's normal. They shouldn't be losing
He didn't
right now.
walk anybody.
Yeah.
He had 11 strikeouts.
Oh God, that's so
What
true.
are we worried about? Oh, wait, we don't score. That's what we're worried about.
I did want to give a listener named Kevin a shout out. I promised him I would do this. So, Tiki, I went to the game Friday night. First time I got to take my daughter and dad together. So, it was a 3-generation Yankee game.
Nice.
First time I pulled this off.
I saw those pictures. That was awesome.
And it was special. I could tell my dad felt, he comes all well prepared for the thunderstorm, a bunch of ponchos and all that. Put a poncho on my kid for the first time. I didn't know at 6 years old, soon to be 7, how she was going to handle a rain delay, a night game. She was, stayed up past midnight for the first time in her life. We had the time of our lives, dude.
Trooper.
But somewhere late in the game, in the legend seats, which were right below where we were in the 100 section, a guy in a Penn State shirt makes a catch on a foul ball, which is one of the great foul ball catches I've ever seen. It ricochets off a seat.
I was going to say, how did it get there?
Dude, it ricocheted off a seat, and he has his arm like Inspector Gadget. He does one of these, he pulls it back, and the crowd around us went nuts. And then these kids started chanting Penn State sucks at him. It was kind of funny. Young guy.
Right.
So anyway, the game goes on. We don't leave early. My daughter's a trooper, and thank God they come back. It's the night of their, she's dancing in the aisles. It was like the Super Bowl for her. So we're walking out of the stadium. She feels like she's the only kid left in that park. And we see the guy in the Penn State jersey in the Grand Hall. And my dad goes, that's the kid who caught the ball. So I just yelled, hey, Penn State, that was a great catch earlier. I just wanted to comp because it was really a great catch.
Right.
Without missing a beat, he turns around and he goes, yo, Shaun Morash. I'm like, yeah, I am. He goes, what's going on, man? I heard you on the radio. You said the comeback was starting tonight. It did. We get to talking, really nice guy. Turns around to my daughter and goes, do you want the ball?
Oh, get out.
And I felt so horribly guilty in this moment because
It's not like you were asking for it.
and we were just trying to just dap you up, dude.
right.
It was a great catch, and it was great vibes walking out of there. And, of course, my daughter says yes, and I looked at him, I go, you don't have to. You caught that catch was insane.
Right.
He's like, nah, I was going to look for a kid outside anyway. It's Shaun Morash's kid, so just on one condition. I give your kid the ball, you mention it on the air today.
That's awesome.
So I did that today. So
What was his name?
Kevin, I wrote that out. That was really cool, man. It really, really made her night. She didn't stop holding it the whole ride home. And I've been on the record of this radio station that's saying it's absurd to turn around and hand foul balls to kids when you earn them, which is also a reason why I feel a little guilty about this. But seeing the way it lit up my daughter's face, thanks, dude. You made a very special night at Yankee Stadium.
That's
much
awesome,
cooler.
dude.
It was a good story. So, Chris in the Bronx. Chris, what's up?
Good morning, guys. Thanks for getting me on.
What's up, dude?
I have a question. Is there a world where maybe the Yankees, because we were just talking about, that Boston series, the wild card, and how there's hope because, you have Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger and that lineup that we haven't seen all year coming back. Is there a world where they're not being honest with us about Aaron Judge coming back this season just to give hope to the end of the season? Because they do run a business.
Yeah. And that keeps asses in seats.
But is there
Chris,
a world
Chris, I got to be honest with you. I thought that was the case before last week. And then when you
hear Aaron Judge say it.
Yeah, and then you find out because they were very cloak and dagger in terms of when that other imaging was going to come back. And then the imaging comes back and we get the clearance that at least he can start whatever this is, the outdoor activities or whatever else. Then Judge gets in front of a microphone himself. I don't think Aaron Judge is speaking that confidently if he thought this was like a Yankees playing the fans by a fiddle thing.
And
you know what I mean?
Nor does he seem the type to play a game that the Yankees want him to play.
Exactly.
Hey, Aaron, just go up there and say that you're going to be back. And I think Aaron Judge would be like, get out of here.
Right.
I'm going to tell you, if I can't play, I'm going to tell you I want to play. If I can't play, I'm going to tell you I can't play.
That's exactly it. And
he seems like a straight shooter.
And I kind of think he'd be a little more hidden out of the seams if he thought he wasn't coming back.
Oh, dude, he's right there in the front of the dugout.
He's invested.
He's invested. He's keeping himself part of the team, even though he's not part of the team.
And about 5 minutes ago, we had a caller bring up the start. I think it was Louis in the Bronx, the starting pitching in the 95 Braves, or the Braves. They didn't win until Smoltz went to the bullpen. Yeah. I wanted to make sure because I didn't want to get caught then. I am right on this. He's wrong. The Braves did win with those three guys in 95.
Well, they won one. They should have won.
Right.
They should have won.
But he said they
multiple.
didn't win until Smoltz went to the bullpen. That's not the case. They won in 95 with all three. But then I had to think, I'm like, did Smoltz go to the bullpen way earlier in his career than I'm remembering? No, I'm right on that.
No, I remember that because I was a Braves fan at that time.
Right, Louis. We'll take only one.
Right.
Be the 95 Braves. They make the playoffs every year. I'll take it. All right, 888-808-1019. All your Yankee calls, we continue on. Plus, some Giants get introduced to the conversation. Not news of their own, but maybe good news for Big Blue because of what's happening on with an opponent right now. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash. And there's no better time than now to upgrade your home with Windorama's summer savings event. Save up to 40% off when you install with Windorama. Choose from top brands like Anderson Windows and Doors and Master Shield Gutter Guards. Book your free in-home consultation. Shop from home and let their local certified experts handle it all. A stress-free process from measurement to installation. And when you shop in-stock inventory, they'll install in just 14 days. Visit Windorama.com and book now.
Summer is heating up, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The fact that the Minnesota Vikings quarterback competition is still going on here on Monday, August 10th is not a good thing. J.J. McCarthy reportedly outplaying Kyler Murray at Sunday's practice. Kyler is still the favorite to be the Viking starting quarterback week 1 against the Green Bay Packers, but Murray not being able to pull away from McCarthy is not a good thing and puts Kevin O'Connell on the hot seat if things don't go well this year in Minnesota. I'm Nick Costos.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide and services to showcase your invention. Get started today.
Call 1-800-217-4380. That's 1-800-217-4380.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Living in the city that never sleeps, you need a powerful home connection that keeps pace with your midnight grind. Keep your connection as legendary as the city itself. If you're a Verizon mobile customer, switch to Fios Home Internet and get reliable 100% fiber optic speed for just $20 a month. It's high-speed fiber dependability for less than a week of subway rides. Visit Verizon.com and switch today. Availability varies for Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 1 offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
The U.S. Open kicks off with Fan Week, Sunday, August 23rd through Saturday, August 29th. The grounds are free and open to the public, featuring top player practices, live entertainment, a silent disco, block party, and more. Plus, new this year, Fan Week begins with Arthur Ashe Kids Day on Sunday, August 23rd. Grounds entry is free, but a fan access pass is required. Register now and learn more at usopen.org/fanweek.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, no, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever. Now with odor fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list handwritten on a sticky note or saved as a photo? Perfect. Bring it to us and get a quote in minutes. And if you don't see what you need on the shelf, we'll help you get it. You can access thousands of products beyond what's available in-store or on Lowe's.com, right from the Lowe's Pro Desk. Build quotes faster and source the materials you need to keep your jobs moving. Just like that, at Lowe's.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible. But Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Start the day with Boomer and Geo, mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Tiki with Shaun Morash here on The Fan. Fun week ahead. We leading up to a Jet game on a Friday night, a Giant game on a Saturday afternoon. Tiki on the pre and post Saturday?
It will be for the Minnesota Vikings preseason home opener for the New York Giants. But you just mentioned something that I'm baffled by this. Because I know my brother's coming in town this week because the Buccaneers are playing the Jets on Friday. And I just had to look.
Are they taking a pirate ship?
Yes, up the coast.
Okay.
They're going to park it right at the Hudson, right on the Hudson.
Fire the cannons.
Fire them cannons. But that game's at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It's likely to be over us, let's say 10:30, 11 o'clock or so. And then they got to turn it around for a 1 p.m. Giant game?
Oh, I'm sure the turf will be in great shape. It's already just been relayed down after the World Cup.
Right.
Sounds like a great idea.
And there was a concert there over the weekend. Usher was there, 60,000 people 2 nights. I mean, Usher and Chris Brown, I should
so
say.
the turf wasn't even down for that. This turf's going to be a problem.
Dude, it's going to be a disaster.
Don't play any. Wrap them all in bubble wrap on Friday and Saturday. Yeah, I mean, look, I actually prefer that, though, than the double up of the 2 1 o'clock games during the regular season. At least I could watch the Jets and then watch the Giants.
It's just a quick turnover when you think about it.
Totally quick turnover. Now, as a selfish pig, I have a wedding on Saturday night, so I'm relieved the Giants are at 1 o'clock. So at least I can handle my business with that. But with the Giants, Tiki, and we're going to get back to your Yankee calls. Don't worry, 888-808-1019. I'm not one to celebrate an injury necessarily. I know we're not supposed to do that, but when they happen, you certainly take note of them and you stash them in your back pocket. And what happened to the Commanders this week was nothing short of devastating. Laramie Tunsil, their left tackle, obviously well-known left tackle, torn triceps. He will be out significantly this season, if not the entire season. Now, it is worth noting they didn't acquire Tunsil until after they made the NFC Championship game 2 years ago, and it was a rookie third-round pick by the name of Brandon Coleman who held it down.
Yep.
He got moved to left guard last year, ended up getting benched before having to play left tackle late in the year and was very shaky. He is now going to be their full-time left tackle for a quarterback in Jaden Daniels that, let's be honest, last year showed why a lot of people were worried about him with the injuries. Yep. Now, Tiki, on top of that, we've done a lot of prep work and getting ready for the season. The Commander roster has essentially trended backwards since 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
When Jaden Daniels kind of burst on the map. So I'm looking at the Coleman stuff going, this isn't the same team, though, to get away with this guy at left tackle. How does this tie into the Giants?
Yeah, well, I think here's the thing.
All right.
Let's talk about some of these preseason division rankings.
All right.
The Giants this is Vegas, this is whoever, pundits, etc. The Giants are picked to finish last in the NFC.
Okay, and until they show and prove otherwise, I get it.
Dude, it's a new team. They're young, new coaching staff.
New team, who dis?
Exactly. And I can't even be offended by it.
Nah.
Because they haven't played a damn game yet.
No, the Giants actually have to win games before everybody goes, oh, yeah, they're good.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Right, you don't just hand it to them because they had a coaching
That's exactly
change.
right. So all that being said, the one place I had a little bit of pushback on some of those preseason odds and rankings was the Commanders, mainly because of how bad they were a year ago. Now, you mentioned the Jaden Daniels rookie season where he won Rookie of the Year. They get to the NFC Championship game. They're Dan Quinn in his first year. He created this new environment, this new culture, and it just felt like, hey, man, we're going to win. But you quickly see the next year they fire their offensive coordinator. Jaden Daniels, who is slight, gets beat up and ultimately injured to the point where he's insignificant in that season, and they stink. And I remember 2 years prior looking at their offensive line and saying, this is one of the worst offensive lines in football. And you can't judge a team offensively without looking at their offensive line. It's why you're optimistic about the Giants.
Yeah.
Because the Giants have a top 10 offensive line right now. The Commanders haven't significantly improved their offensive line at all, other than bringing in Laramie Tunsil, who is now unavailable. So how can I now look at this Washington team where they had offensive line questions 2 years ago? They had offensive line issues last year, or 3 years ago, I should say. They had offensive line issues last year, and they're going to have offensive line issues this year. How can I look at this team and say, oh, yeah, I have faith that they're going to be a top 2 team in the division? They're not.
You can't.
They're not. They're going to slide. And let's not sugarcoat it. Dan Quinn's on the hot seat.
Totally.
Nobody's talking about it, but Dan Quinn is on the hot seat.
I think there's a better chance Dan Quinn's not coaching the Commanders next year than the Commanders are back in the playoffs this year.
I think you're right about that. So this is a huge impact because Laramie Tunsil was a stabilizing force to a bad offensive line. and now he's out indefinitely.
Yeah, and the reason I want to tie this into the Giants is, look, the Giants are coming home from West Virginia, and they're going to retake the practice field this afternoon at Quest Diagnostics. They had a couple bang-up injuries, like there's something going on with Drew Phillips' knee, a little bit of an ankle twist for Brian Burns. But for the most part, John Michael Schmidt's maybe a concussion. For the most part, the Giants, you look around the league, knock on wood, avoided the rough practices that John Harbaugh was putting them through without the significant injury, the way the Commanders just had this, or what's happened down in Carolina. And I got to think, when you lose a piece that big, I mean, let's be honest, this is like when the Giants find out they're losing Andrew Thomas for the year. What happens?
Yeah, it happens every year. We kind of just say, all right, well, okay, there you go.
That's it. But the truth is, it's crippling to a team. The Giants play the Commanders early on in that season in Week 5. They turn around 6, 7, 8, 9 in Week 9. 2 out of the 5 weeks there between October 11th and November 12th, the Giants play the Washington Commanders, meaning these are all pre-Thanksgiving games.
Yeah.
I look at the way Washington's banged up, Tiki.
And then you look at our edge rushers.
This is exactly it. I no longer look at those games as splits with the Tunsil injury. And if that sounds crazy, sue me. The Giants need to dream bigger if they're going to get to 9 wins or something like that.
Well, they need to take advantage of where there's opportunity.
Yeah, your strength is your edge rushers.
Right.
They are losing their left tackle. You want a relevant season where we wake up on Thanksgiving and you smell that turkey and you smell that gravy and you go, hey, my football team's alive. I haven't felt this in a long time.
Right.
I think you got to win those 2 games now, Tiki.
I don't disagree with you.
I think it's that big an injury for the Commanders.
It is that big of an injury for the Commanders, and it's not easily recoverable. You just don't find left tackles out on the street. They're not sitting there. Now, I think interesting if you were talking about the Giants and Andrew Thomas, I feel like they've in some ways started to mitigate his potential injuries. One,
they have,
because Marcus Bowe is here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's not starting, but also you draft Maui Noah, who's a tackle.
He's a tackle too. No, there's so much deeper there. This isn't James Hudson now.
That's exactly right. There is depth and maneuverability with this offensive line. So my point is, the Commanders, they didn't do that.
No.
And so they're stuck right now.
They are.
And there's not somebody on the street that they're going to come in and say, hey, you're gonna stabilize this for us. So I agree with you, Shaun. I think the Giants at this point now have an edge over the Commanders.
Yeah, and I've at least graduated to this, where I'm trying to be really down the middle with the Giants. I don't want to just break out the pom-poms, because I think I am understanding of, I think all this looks good, and I'm super excited for this season.
It's impossible not to be excited about it.
But I also understand that they still actually have to go out there and not trip all over themselves in a Titans or Cardinals game in September for me to go, oh, yeah, this is different.
Right.
Like, I'll even live with 0-2 if they got to 2-2 and just made sure you took care of your business with the bad teams. I just got to see it first. But now I'm at least I would be officially disappointed. I probably would have been anyway if they're the last place team in the NFC East, knowing that this is hanging over the Commanders' heads.
Right.
And our resident Commanders fan, by the way, around here, Al Cintron, left that little note last week about, it's the Commanders over, the Giants under. I made sure to text him when I saw the Tunsil news. I just, hey, brutal news. I'm sorry your season's over. I gave him one of those.
My Washington Commanders!
Al Cintron is doing something, and he's making me feel like I'm old, and I think he's being old, and I don't know who's older. So I'm going to allow you to break the tie.
All right, go ahead.
Al Cintron texts me audio messages. Like he records, I guess, voice to text into his phone, but it doesn't come across as text. I got to press play to hear what he wants to say.
Oh, so he's like talking to you.
So he sent me something Friday for the first time, and I was like off the phone, and I said, Al, what is this, a virus? I'm not clicking on this. You never know, like when people say this. He goes, what do you mean? It's 2026. Press the play button. I go, what do you mean? It's 2026. Send a text message. And now he has just sent me another one. I'm not hitting play on these. Now, Tiki, I'll ask you.
Who's laughing at my Commanders now?
We are.
I thought the evolution of cell phones and text messaging was, I'm done talking to people on the phone. I don't want to listen to you.
The problem with voice to text is it is so wrong. Every time.
Every time, yeah.
Like I was talking to a friend about Cape May, and every time I said Cape May, it would come up as Keep Me.
Oh, at least it's better than Drake May.
I know,
thought that
but it would come up as Keep Me. And so I'm driving, and I don't want to like stop and
fix it,
and fix it and recorrect it. And so like I couldn't send it. Right?
I'm only 15 miles away from Keep Me.
Exactly. It just sounds stupid. And so I can understand why people are doing the voice message because it's just like leaving a voicemail.
Yeah, but
and by the way, my sister does this. My half sister does this, Krista, and because she wants to have a conversation with me, but she's an ADA, so she's ridiculously busy. She lives in Oklahoma. I'm ridiculously busy. And so she wants to have the conversation.
Everybody in your family's super successful,
Yeah,
by the
basically.
way.
She wants to have this long conversation with me, but she knows neither one of us have time for it.
So she does it that way.
Dude, she leaves me like 8-minute voice messages.
That's crazy.
And it's just like, I'm just listening to it like, oh, that's cool. Cool. But it actually is, it's okay.
Okay, so
like
you
I've
have more
gotten
patience
used to
for
it, and I have and you just.
But dude, that's your half sister. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
listen
true.
to Al Cintron
That's a
messages.
good
Al,
point.
just type the words.
You can kiss my ass.
I don't know, man. For me, I have no patience for it. I don't want to talk to anybody on a phone. I don't even leave my volume on. If you call me, I'm missing the call.
Yes.
And by the way, certain people, my mom will call back, whatever. I'm not press and play on a Cintron message.
Hold
Connor,
on!
you're a little younger. Where do you stand on this?
It depends. If it's I have one friend who sends me long voice memo messages, especially about fantasy baseball, talking trash and stuff.
Jeez, just
in that
text.
case, just send a text.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to
Especially if
listen
you're
to all
talking
that.
trash. There's no purpose.
I'm telling you,
It's the same thing with people who could very easily just text you something, but they have to call you to
Right.
tell you it. It's like, just shoot a text over. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, never mind. I just
You deleted it.
No, I didn't delete it. I just realized I'm happy I didn't press play because he said it's something confidential. So I'll get to this later. Al, either way. I guess that's why you wouldn't text me that one. 888-808-119. Neil in the Bronx. Neil, what's up?
Good morning, gentlemen. Love the show always.
Thank you, man.
Hey, Tiki, I want to get back to Jazz.
Go ahead.
And I respect what you say about his confidence. He has swagger and all that cool stuff. But do you think, as a former athlete, that he put unnecessary pressure on himself
Yes.
by bragging, even before the season started,
Yes, Neil.
that he was going to go 50-50?
Yes, Neil.
Tiki, Tiki, as an athlete, will you do something like that before the season starts? Will you say, well, I'm going to get this much touchdowns, I'm going to rush this so many yards, because you're putting that pressure on your back, and now you have to back up your word.
Yeah, no, it is
crazy.
it is a little unnecessary pressure. I remember once I got good, like I knew I was good, I would tell people, I'm going to have a good year. I wouldn't define it because I don't know what
is a good year?
What is a good year?
A blimp.
And so, yeah. But I think that Jazz, just like that Jameis Winston example we were talking about, he needed to pump himself up to ready himself for this contract year. And so it was kind of for himself, but in New York, when you do something like that and you fall and are falling very well short of it, you're getting called on it. Because that's, New Yorkers are real, dude.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They will keep it real.
For better or worse.
Right. If you're in St. Louis, maybe they'll be like, oh, maybe not St. Louis is a bad example because they have a good baseball history. I'm trying to think. The A's, whatever. They might be like, we love you. Good luck on the 50-50. Right? You're not getting that in New York. You're going to get mocked for that in New York. And so Jazz put himself out there to try to motivate himself. But I think in a major way, it's kind of hampered him.
It's crazy. I feel so disconnected from this Jazz 50-50 thing. Like when callers bring it up, and maybe this is on me, but when Jazz said that before the season, I laughed because I knew he wasn't getting the 50-50.
That's right.
And I kind of just know Jazz is a fun personality.
You thought he was joking.
And maybe he wasn't, maybe he was, but put it this way. I know at the very least, I never took Jazz saying that as seriously. And that doesn't mean he was not serious. I just, as a Yankee fan, never took it as serious. So even throughout this entire year, as Jazz has struggled and Jazz has had his couple clutch moments,
right?
Never once has my brain gone to, I still can't believe Jazz said he was going to go 50-50. But that last caller is not the first nor the last caller that has brought that up on our show. And every time a caller brings it up, I question myself and I go, was I the only one that when Jazz said that, I didn't even bank it because it meant nothing to me?
No, you know what it is? It's because of that, because of him making that statement, it's become a mockable thing. It's become a waypoint that people look at and say, dude, is he getting there? Or whatever, not even, it's a bar that he set and he's not even close to it.
No.
And so when you see his struggles and you see his two .12 or whatever it is batting average, then you told us what you were going to be, and you're not.
The complete opposite.
Right. It's like you gave us your barometer, and you're not even close to it.
Yeah. And you have 47 RBI. You even get the 50 on those on the year. But no, look, I totally get that. He gave us that barometer, and I understand why people are chastising it. I think I got that word right.
Yes.
Either way, I don't know. I watched Jazz struggle. I don't once think of 50-50. And I can't believe many people took it that seriously. But as Jazz said it, so he's got to reap what he sows. I'm just spitting out these like puns and terminologies now. Reap what they sow. Darren in Tallahassee. Darren, what's up?
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. Tiki, I was there January 2nd, 2005, when you became the all-time Giants rusher.
Oh, nice.
I got home from deployment, and we were gifted tickets.
Oh, nice. That was the Cowboys game, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, very cool.
And Mr. Morash, I've got a two-part question for you. I don't want to sound like a jerk, but I may come off like one.
All right.
I am a Red Sox fan, but I'm also a baseball fan first and foremost.
Okay.
In the 4-game series where the Red Sox swept the Yankees, 1, who were the starting pitchers, and 2, was the lineup better at hitting than the lineup now? And I will let you go, and I appreciate you taking my call. And again, I don't want to sound like a jerk.
No.
You guys are my favorite hosts.
Thank you, Darren.
No, we appreciate
you.
I'm going to go back over this, but I'm pretty sure that Max Fried was not back yet.
I don't.
Cam Schlittler started the first game.
I think it
they
was.
lost
I think
6-3.
it was.
Will Warren was game 2.
Yeah.
Garrett Cole game 3.
Right.
And who was game 4? Let's see.
Let me check.
Was it Ryan Weathers? But loss was Fernando Cruz.
Rodon.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, obviously the Yankees, those are 3 of their 4 guys. The other guy would be Max Fried. The only point is, you're seeing it now. The Yankees have had a couple of these turns where that's when you've gotten your most like amped up has been those 3 guys pitching together, and usually it's gone well. Now, that doesn't mean they win all 3, but they dominate. As far as the Yankee lineup goes, I think it is better right now, even though they're not scoring more because they didn't have Luis Garcia Jr. or George Lombard. Now it's minimal. Look, the Red Sox don't have to apologize for anything. What they did at the end of June to jumpstart themselves obviously carried over.
I mean, they barely lost.
I know. It was incredible.
32-5 at one point.
Look, all I'm saying
It
is
just made no sense how good they were.
when the Yankees play the Red Sox in a wild card series, I personally am not going to go back to the series in June and go, I have to take something from this. I can't. Now, it doesn't mean Boston won't sweep them. It doesn't mean Boston won't beat them. God knows, because of Cashman, everybody crying about the price. Adley Rutschman will probably hit a walk-off grand slam in Fenway in one of those games or something like that. But until you actually go through not coming up for air between a Fried, Cole, Schlittler trio in a best of 3, I can't take a June series where Will Warren and Carlos Rodon were 2 of the starters and hold it to that ground. Now, the bullpen's got to come together, too. That's my other fear with the Yankees, if I'm being honest. Tiki was so focused on the lineup. I mean, the bullpen's getting taxed. I mean, Fernando Cruz, Hedrick.
Yeah.
I mean, even David Bednar. These guys can't get days off.
No, they don't. They can't because they're just. And again, it's not even because they're not scoring runs. You can't afford to go to your low leverage pitcher.
No.
And so, as a result, you got to throw Hedrick out there. You got to throw Fernando Cruz out there.
Well, they tried yesterday, even a 1-run game. They had to throw Kerwin Castro in the 8th inning. By the way, what a lovable fat tub of goo that guy is. Reminds me of me if I grew some hair and I was able to pitch in Major League Baseball. He's just like, there's no body shape whatsoever.
Right.
But they had to throw him in the 8th inning yesterday. He did a good job because they had no freaking choice. And this goes back to not adding a bullpen arm. We all focused on catcher. They needed a reinforcement there. Hedrick's the modern-day Scott Proctor. The arm is going to fall off. Connor laughed. You got my reference, Connor. Good job, buddy. Mark and Jackson. Mark, what's up?
Hi. Thank you. I love a big fan of you. I had 2 points. The Yankee offense, we all know, since Aaron Judge is atrocious, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand for the life. I mean, yesterday in the 10th inning with the Manfred rule, Jazz Chisholm was on base. Even if you're not stealing the base, you need to be in the pitcher's head. We had this with Volpe the time he was here. The first few months he was here, he was running, he was going. And then all of a sudden, the Yankees neutered it. I mean, the Yankees, half of their players have sub-250 on-base percentage.
Yeah.
But the time that they do get on base, a walk, a single, even if you're not going, you need to be a threat. The pitchers have to think you're going. Am I wrong?
No,
right. You got to play that game.
Nobody's going. They're stationary.
Yeah, Jazz hasn't been doing that either. And it's so funny, Mark, because I noticed it this weekend because the two guys that are going for it are Lombard taking the extra base and Spencer Jones. It's the two guys that almost don't know any better.
Right. Maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why, because they haven't had it ingrained into them on this team. And you hope that disease doesn't seep into those two guys. But you're right. I think the Jazz thing at second base was he's fast enough that a base hit scores him.
Mm-hmm.
He would have tied the game. And remember, Jazz is also really good at picking up on pitchers tipping. So do you really want him leaving third right away on a steal, or seeing a couple pitches and kind of figuring out what's going on to get the signals and send them over?
Right. You mean it's when he's at second?
When he's at second.
Right.
So as the ghost runner to start second,
Right.
I think him staring down at the pitcher, it actually behooves him. Now, I get it. He gets the third base, wild pitch. But imagine Jazz got thrown out trying to steal third in extra innings. What the hell would we be saying?
I know, would
we
killing
be complimenting his aggressiveness or going, what are you doing? A base hit scores you moron. Rock on Long Island. Rock, what's up?
The problem is they just going to get
How
base
are you?
hits.
Good morning, guys.
What's up,
Hey,
Rock?
Shaun, I'm calling because I don't know if you remember the conversation we had last Friday about you not trusting Nagy and me saying to you, well, Harbaugh is going to be not as patient as Dable was. You remember the conversation?
Rock, trusting who?
That you didn't trust Nagy too much?
Oh, Nagy. Okay, yes. No, it wasn't that I didn't trust him. It's just my fear is that he's not fitting the offense to what fits Dart. That was my...
I understand that, but what set me off was, and you know I love the station. I call all the time, and you guys are the best. What set me off was you kind of made, and Evan agreed with it, you kind of made it like Dable was better for Dart. That's the way it came
Not than
off.
Harbaugh. Not than Harbaugh. Dable was better in an offense. To me, I thought what Dable did offensively, not as the head coach of the team for Dart, really fit. And my worry based on the first week of practice is what you're reading is that Matt Nagy's not necessarily doing that. But that doesn't mean that Dable's better at running a team or is a better head coach for Dart than Harbaugh.
But Rock, you're talking about as for the development of Jackson Dart, correct?
Yes, but he made it sound like okay, we don't know about Nagy, but he made it sound like, but he brought in Brian Dable, and Brian Dable, he made it sound like, okay, Dable is going to be better for Dart than Nagy might be. And I just don't see that because I don't see John Harbaugh having the patience that Dable had. Like I made the comment to Shaun, you weren't working, Tiki, at the time. It was last Friday. I made the comment to Shaun, listen, John Harbaugh's not going to have the patience that Dable had. John Harbaugh would have fired Shaun Bowen on the
now I remember Shane Bowen.
Yeah.
To get rid of Nagy if it's not working. No, Rock, I agree with what you're saying. I want to clear something up. I don't think that Matt Nagy's a problem yet. As a matter of fact, since Friday, it seems like the Giants ended West Virginia with back-to-back really good offensive practices.
Right.
Which I think I also predicted is that we're going to wake up to that tweet, Dart and the offense was humming. We were just talking, Evan and I, about the first week of Giant camp, and it seems to be the issue everybody's talking about is that the offense looks sloppy.
Right.
And it's, hey, what's the deal with this? And I just brought up, I don't know if Matt Nagy's going to end up being the right OC
Well, it's
for Jackson Dart.
also a brand new offense.
Right.
It's for everybody because it's a new system, and Matt Nagy as the coordinator and the play caller, because this is not the same situation that he was in Kansas City, where obviously he was the coordinator, but he wasn't calling the plays. It was Andy Reid's gig. So it's a lot more responsibility on Matt Nagy, but at the same time, what he's navigating is growing a young quarterback to be a responsible quarterback.
Correct.
And I think Jackson Dart is well on his way to being that. But we saw him last year putting himself in harm's way all the times that he did, and his decision making needed to be quicker on some of those things. So I think it's a tough challenge that he and Brian Callahan, who is their quarterback coach right now, former Tennessee Titan head coach, they really have to grow Jackson Dart and get him out of some of his bad habits. He had a fantastic rookie season, but it wasn't flawless. It wasn't like he was all Pro Bowl ready right away. He just has the ability to make plays. But in order to be great in this league, you have to be consistent in this league. And he's not there yet. That's the challenge. Brian Dable didn't have to worry about that.
No.
Brian Dable looked at Jackson Dart as, kid, I'm giving you a free rein. Here's a leash. Go ahead. Right? I'm letting go of the leash. Go figure it out. And that was good and bad.
I want to expand on that a little more because you weren't here, and I actually want to get your players' insight, brain on this in just a moment. So thank you, Rock, for reminding me something that was a bigger conversation. We'll continue Giant calls, your Yankee calls, Jazz, Lombard, the whole party. Plus, Tiki and Love Soccer. I need to ask him why big holes are behind nets. I don't know if you saw that video online. Plenty more to get into. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash, 888-808-1019. And our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life. Now is the perfect time to shop Flag and Anthem's College Game Day collection. Flag and Anthem has your Saturday lineup covered. All your favorite shirts, quarter zips, and hoodies from Flag and Anthem with officially licensed logos. Plus, shop the end of season sale. Visit flagandanthem.com. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
The Carton Show with Chris McMonagle heads to Jets camp tomorrow at 2.
So I guess if you could just sum it all up, men that are highly disruptive.
Hear the latest from the coaches and players, plus all the inside information you need as the Jets get ready for the season. Your home for New York Jets talk is WFAN.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Hey, Salicata here for CertaPro Painters, and my wife is still satisfied by my good friends at CertaPro Painters. They work fast and clean, and if she's happy, you better believe I'm happy. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call. 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Hazy sun mixing with clouds. High 89.
Weather brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
We spend all year watching the pros make their big plays, but what about your own highlight reel? The Ford Summer Sales Event is on now. With great offers on their legendary truck lineup, you could be hitching jet skis to a Ranger and owning the lake, parking that city-friendly Maverick with supplies for a weekend project, or why not become the MVP of the campground with a Ford F-150 that not only tows a trailer, but powers the entire campsite with its Pro Power on board. Don't just have a great summer, make it one for the books. Check out the Ford Summer Sales Event going on right now. For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small. We've helped mark the moments that matter the most to our customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service. service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Small business owners love what they do, and Verizon Business loves small business owners. That's why Verizon Business experts come directly to you, so you can spend more time doing what you love. Their experts show up on your schedule, ready to offer proven expertise and learn about the needs of your specific setup firsthand. And they don't quit till the solutions fit, even as your business grows. So save the time and stay where your business needs you most. Verizon Business. Visit Verizon.com/book today and schedule an appointment with your local Verizon Business expert.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
The night belongs to the fans. Join Tommy Lugauer for After Hours, weekdays at 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
Presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Teddy Bridgewater has retired again. He stepped away from Lions camp this weekend, was placed on the retired reserve list. Dan Campbell believes this retirement for Bridgewater is more real than the last retirement. Josh Gibbs becomes the unquestioned backup behind Jared Goff. Josh Dobbs becomes the unquestioned backup behind Jared Goff for Detroit after he signed a one-year deal. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Weird weekend for the Lions. Backup running back Isaiah Pacheco sprained MCL. They lost Cade Mays, their center that they just signed. Looks like he could miss 2 months of the season. And then, of course, Teddy Bridgewater stepping away.
Right.
I do have to say this.
But Jahmyr Gibbs is happy.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs got paid.
Exactly.
How'd that make you feel as a running back? Seeing these running backs get paid.
Look,
here?
I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and you could have speculated what it was potentially going to go to. Mainly just by percentage of cap. That's how you determine top salary positions, and around 25 is where it looked like it was going to get slotted in. You saw Bijan Robinson get paid, and then you saw Jahmyr Gibbs just bested a couple days later. So I think when you have a top-end great running back, guy who in his first 3 seasons, this is Gibbs and Bijan Robinson, who have over 5,000 all-purpose yards, you know what you got. That kid is worth paying. And you pay them while they're young, not when they're 28 years old. And then you have them for the good part of their prime. So this is inevitable. You saw Jonathan Taylor also get a little bit of a raise after these two deals got done. So I think we're starting to feel the top end for the elite running backs. The problem is there's just not a ton of elite running backs.
Yeah. And you also are in a spot where those elite running backs are getting paid on teams where their quarterbacks are good, but not, well, at least for the Lions, good, but not the top money.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Falcons, a completely different story with what's going on there with Bijan Robinson getting paid. And, of course, we know with the Daniel Jones situation with the Colts. Now, I did bring this up, so let's take a window seat to Giants training camp, sponsored by Window Rama's First Down Deals, 30% off your installation project, plus low to no financing. So it seemed like to end West Virginia's trip, it was a couple better days for the offense and Jackson Dart. But going back to that question and getting your player's perspective on this, Tiki, we all know that Jackson Dart needs to have more introduced this way, and they're running a lot more under center this camp. Just throwing more on the plate to Jackson Dart, as they should. It's year number 2. My fear, and I'm curious if you share this, is that if the offense gets off to a sloppy start, I'm concerned, unlike I was under Brian Dable's offensive leadership, that this will be about just trying to get Jackson Dart to grasp whatever they're throwing at him in spite of, hey, we need to maybe dumb things down a little bit, go back to what works for Dart.
Yeah.
Because that, I mean, I worry this year that the offense, which should be taking a step forward, actually goes backward, and it has to do with Dart struggling with the new concepts with this offense.
I think this offense is going to be a lot less wide open than we expect. Like, we look at Matt Nagy, and we see what he did in Kansas City, also what he did in Chicago, but more specifically recently in Kansas City with the modernization of offense. And we look at, like, man, that Kansas City offense feels like it's wide open, man.
It is, but they didn't score a lot.
Right, but it's just guys just, like, running free and, Patrick Mahomes improvising and making things. But when I look at the construction of this Giant team, how can I not just feel like this is going to be a run-heavy team?
Yeah.
It's why they were infatuated with Jeremiah Love coming out of Notre Dame and in the draft. And we heard about this all offseason until it didn't happen, and the Cardinals took him before the Giants had a chance to. They want to run the football. This offensive line is massive. They are huge.
Well, we know it's so big now.
Huge human beings. And you look at their tight ends. They got a receiving tight end, but they also have Chris Manhurst still is on this team for a reason, right? They want to play 12 and 13 personnel.
Patrick Ricard.
They got a fullback on this team. This team, to me, is not going to be Jackson Dart dropping it back with 3 wide and empty personnel. This is going to be a very tight unit that is going to try to bludgeon you.
Okay.
And I think in some ways that helps protect Jackson Dart from some of the issues that plagued them last year.
Okay, so I hope that's the case, but now I'll go to fear number 2 about that. You know what you just described? You just described what feels like a Greg Roman offense to me. And he's in here as the offensive consultant that we all assume is basically the de facto run game coordinator. So while I thought this was really good early on, and it may prove to be good, the idea of hiring an OC and Nagy, then hiring Harbaugh's former OC that didn't work with Nagy to do kind of the run game, and then Brian Callahan as the quarterback coach, Tiki, I wonder if there's just like a 3-man ego check going on in there, and is that like counterintuitive to what the Giants are trying to do?
I don't think Brian Callahan in that conversation he's not the ego guy.
Okay.
I mean, I've had conversations with him. I called a couple Tennessee games when he was the head coach. He is humble.
Good.
He gets it. He's not, hey man, this is the way we're doing it, and it's no other. He's not that guy.
I just worry about a guy who was a head coach that now is trying to rebuild his reputation back up.
You got to remember his path. I mean, his
dad's a coach.
His dad was a coach, obviously, but when he was in Cincinnati, he was like offensive play caller, but he wasn't really calling the offense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was the head coach that was calling the offense. And then he gets a head coaching job because of the success of Joe Burrow and that offense. And he wasn't ready for it. He couldn't quite figure it out. And he's still a good mind, but he doesn't have an ego. Now, Greg Roman's had success. Greg Roman coached Colin Kaepernick to a Super Bowl.
He did.
Greg Roman helped Lamar Jackson win MVPs, right? Greg Roman has a resume that says, I know what the F I'm talking about.
A Roman Empire, so to speak.
Right, in some regards, especially for an athletic quarterback. And so if there's going to be some headbutting, I think it's going to be Greg Roman, Nagy. I don't think the Brian Callahan is a different conversation.
Either way, that's still a potential for headbutting.
That two-way headbutting, I think Matt Nagy has the ultimate say. As much as Greg Roman's had success in John Harbaugh type systems, I think Matt Nagy, you have to give him the leeway to create the player that we hope he creates.
And let's just remember, Matt Nagy left the Chiefs to come here because he wasn't calling plays. Andy Reid was. And the next step to Matt Nagy rehabbing his entire image and trying to become a head coach again was getting back this play calling ability with the Giants. I have scars with Giant offensive coordinators trying to become head coaches and doing things their way to spite the team. And I go back to Kevin Gilbride in 2008. He sat there as a finalist for the Raiders job. He was awaiting, word on whether he'd get that job, and he rolled out there in what was a very win-driven divisional round playoff game where Plaxico Burress obviously was out. And Kevin Gilbride spent the entire offensive game plan rather than doing some of this run the ball kind of stuff.
When they still had a very good run game and running backs.
And basically had Eli throwing against the wind on rollouts all day, trying to prove that his play calls were the smartest. And it came back to fire. He didn't end up getting the Raider job, and the Giants were eliminated from the playoffs. And it was all about Kevin Gilbride's ego that day. And I worry with Jackson Dart that we know his strengths. We know his weaknesses. It doesn't mean he can't repair his weaknesses.
Right.
I have this little inkling of a worry that this could be sloppier than we think into the season because Matt Nagy's just trying to do it his way.
I hope
I'm wrong, and I don't even.
Okay, so let me ask you this: do you think that Matt Nagy, right now, is a head coaching candidate somewhere? Do you think any of the teams that are potentially looking at a head coach in 2027? Do you think that they are going to immediately say, "Oh, Matt Nagy"?
No, but he'll get interviews. He already started to get interviews last year.
Because of his
tenure with the Bears, he did make the playoffs a couple times. And I think the reason he thinks he didn't necessarily get hired is that, well, you went back to Kansas City, you just worked under Andy Reid, you weren't really calling plays. And this is that next big step forward back, is calling plays for an ascending young quarterback.
Right.
I hope he has the flexibility to understand if something isn't working in whatever system he's going to want. Jackson Dart does a lot of things well. Go back to doing some of the things well if you need to.
Right.
This could just be a week and a half of training camp, which, by the way, is the most likely scenario. That this sloppiness was just that. A week and a half into training camp of a new system and a lot being thrown at Dart. That is the most likely.
And nobody's played a real game yet.
That is the most likely outcome. So I am not hitting the panic button. I was just merely suggesting, because a caller brought up, that this is in the back of my head. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, I can see why it would be. Because people have a perception about Matt Nagy, and I sometimes think it's unfair because he had success for a couple years.
You look at bad coaching, man. Bad coaching in the NFL. You look back at his Bears tenure and you go, was that really that bad a coaching job?
Exactly. It wasn't. I mean, he lost. What did they won 10 games.
Yeah, they made the playoffs 2 years. They had the double doink year, right?
Right, and then they had
They won 13 games that one year with Trubisky, right?
Right, and then they had a bad year, and then he got fired.
Was that the double doink year when they won 13 games and they lost
at
home? Okay.
Yeah. But he had 2 good seasons.
Yeah.
And then Mitch Trubisky became Mitch Trubisky and he got fired.
He must have been doing something right with Mitch Trubisky.
I know.
Must have been. So, look, again, I'm not panicking. I still have the utmost respect and confidence in what Jackson Dart can have. But that was a storyline in the first week of camp. What was going on with the sloppiness? Also, the sloppiness could simply be attested to the fact that this defense, and we'll talk about the secondary thing a lot more tomorrow, has the potential to be pretty freaking good. I mean, Orville Reese has been an absolute story at this camp about how violent he plays.
Right. 12 games. He was 12-4, then 8-8 twice, and then got fired after 6-11.
So what, they make a playoffs at 8-8? Is that what happened too? They must.
Yeah.
Yeah, lost to the Saints.
Yeah.
That's right. Man, what a weird little mini era of football too. Hey, Darnell Mooney had 1,000 yards receiving for Matt Nagy. Let's remember that.
Nagy has a winning record, 34-31 all time.
Okay.
It's better than some.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did much better than some. Connor, would you sign for Matt Nagy as a head coach of the Jets next year?
I think he'd be better than Aaron Glenn. At least he's an offensive-minded guy. He's coached some, he's been with the Chiefs, so he's been around a winning organization.
But would it move you?
Would it move me? Not necessarily.
Is there anything Matt Nagy could do as the Giants' offensive coordinator this year that would lead you to be moved as him being the Jet head coach next year?
If he's able to, because I'm a big Jackson Dart guy, so I think at the end of the year he might be a top 10 quarterback. If that is the case, I think he'll get a lot of head coaching looks.
I think that'll do it.
Top 10 offense?
Because people are so focused on quarterback development in the NFL that if Matt Nagy, because it's not John Harbaugh that's doing this. It's not like the Dave situation where the head coach is kind of and injecting his opinion into the offensive system, it would be Matt Nagy who would get a lot of the credit. And obviously Brian Callahan is a quarterback coach as well, Greg Roman too. But I think Matt Nagy, if Jackson Dart is top, let's say, 8 in the MVP voting, now all of a sudden you're looking at Matt Nagy and saying this guy, he has what it takes to develop young kids.
And that would change a lot. So yeah, keep that on the radar there. All right, we'll put that in the
Could be
feather
the
cat.
next Jets head coach.
Prediction.
I wouldn't mind.
Evan around November will do a show open where he says he has the next idea for the next Jets head coach, and it'll be Matt Nagy. So that was my way of getting it on the tape, so Dan has it now. Key in North Babylon. Key, what's up?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's up?
All's good.
First of all, Shaun, I met you last year at a wedding in October. I don't want to put the family's name on the airwaves, but
I actually did a couple weddings in October, so that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, I know. You'll understand why I say it in a second. Last week or a week and a half ago, you were at a block party on East Islip.
I was.
Maybe that will help you clear things up.
Okay.
I got a video of you riding the bull, and you're like, "F the Cowboys." I thought that was great, man. I was
that video made the internet. It's great. That's great. Yeah.
No. It didn't
I was,
get the internet.
I was very drunkenly riding a mechanical bull, Tiki, at a block party, and because I looked like a cowboy, I yelled "F the Cowboys" at everybody watching.
No, it was great, and it's not online. I'm a family friend of theirs. Like I know one of the daughters. Whatever. But back to what I was going to say. Jackson Dart. All right, he's the quarterback of our team. He's the key to our success. So if he can stay on the field, not get hurt, like he just needs to not take so many hits, And back to what you were saying about Nagy, I am a little concerned that he's going to take a step back. But despite that, Jackson Dart has some traits about him that you really can't teach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he has the confidence. He's not
leadership.
He's a moxie. Yeah, he's a leader. Like he knows what it takes to win. I mean, obviously he went to Ole Miss. There wasn't anything crazy like that. But I think all things aside, if he can stay on the field, and I'm scared to say this because maybe a little too optimistic, we can literally make the playoffs. And we can. I mean, it's hard to say.
Key, anything can happen.
Thanks, Key.
In the NFL these days. You can't put anything past anybody unless if you have the right roster. The Giants have a top 10 offensive line. If Malik Neighbors is healthy and available, and Malachi Fields turns out to be what everybody expects him to be after his training camp so far, Darius Slayton just returns to form. Don't lead the league and drop passes. Then they have a top half receiving core. They got 2 good running backs. And
Did you even mention Isaiah Likely?
And I didn't mention Isaiah Likely. They probably have one of the best tight end rooms simply because of him and Patrick Ricard being in that conversation as well with the fullback. Like their defense should be good. Their defense should be better than it was last year. And can they make the playoffs? Maybe, but it's going to be just barely making the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't see this team dominating and winning 12 games.
No, and we're going to find
13 or 14 games.
And the reason they're not going to dominate or win 13 or 14 games is going to be a couple major weaknesses on this team. And I do have my question, despite the pass rush, how good is the secondary going to be?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even know who the hell the 2 starting corners are going to be.
Right. Javon Holland did not have a good first year.
Right. Well,
as a safety.
Still, can they stop the run? Now, I'm a little more bullish on them stopping the run with Edmonds and Reese playing linebacker. And then just in terms of offensively, can Darius Slayton not drop passes if he's the number 2 wide receiver? Like you said that.
Right.
Are Cam Scatterboom, Tyrone Tracy going to be healthy?
Right.
That's a big part of it as well. I think that whatever flaws they have and whatever reason it is that they only win 8 games this year, by the way, that's a big jump up from where they are. Those things get repaired in the offseason with the cap space they have and the more draft capital they have and all of that stuff. And I think that's why I look at 2027. I go, just give me a good, competitive, relevant year.
Give me growth towards 2027.
Right, where we know that we're sitting here at this time next year foaming at our mouth for Giant football because we really believe they are that serious a contender. Like, could we even at this time next year be whispering the words like, hey, you never know, man, maybe they make a run of Super Bowl. Like, we'll laugh at that, but at least...
Now you will.
But at least in a year from now, maybe it isn't like that crazy, because when you could pinpoint it, and that's the kind of year I'm looking for from the Giants. Mario in Long Beach. Mario, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
Yeah, so I think you're right. I mean, I think it's going to be a good year, but Tiki, I like the way that you're realistic. That don't push the envelope too much.
Oh
because,
yeah.
Because. The reason why I'm a Jet fan too, and everybody was saying Super Bowl with Rodgers. I said, wait a minute, we haven't made the playoffs.
Oh, God.
Can we just make the playoff first? and not be happy even if we lost in the first round of the playoffs. That's how I felt, It's like trying to go. It's like saying I'm going to get to the ladder, but I'm not going to go up any steps.
That's a good call.
Right? That's what it is. And I really think that John should do good. I think one of my concerns would be number one is I think they lost. How many games did they lose when they were up by 10 points in the fourth quarter? Like 5?
Yeah.
At least 3. It might be more than that. You're right.
Yeah, double digits might be 3, but they have blown
we
leads.
We do realize that maybe it's not related, but we do realize that towards the end of his career, last 2 years of his career, Harbaugh was losing more leads in the fourth quarter than any other team.
Yeah. No, I mean, I called one of those games. So it's sometimes they just have not been very consistent with a very good roster at winning games.
No, they haven't been. And again, a lot of those reasons, though, you could point to player issues, but I guess you could point that with the Giants, too, when you're dropping passes a million times or Jackson Dart's thrown. I mean, Tiki, I told you how much I couldn't stand that Jackson Dart pick versus Denver. You were so pro that pick. You wanted to throw the ball. I told you. Of course, anybody listens to the show knows.
Do not even get me started.
Mike in Clifton Park. Mike, what's up?
Hey, guys. So I have a Jackson Dart question and an Eli Manning question, please.
Sure.
So last week I heard Evan talking about Jackson Dart, and for him to be a franchise quarterback, he has to hit a certain number of yards in year 2, et cetera. But, I remember Eli Manning and Phil Simms. It took Eli Manning 3 to 4 years to cement himself as a franchise quarterback. It took Phil Simms around 5 years. So I don't really subscribe that this year has to be the year. People grow and people are different.
Mike, I think what's changed about the NFL, just real quickly, is the way you pay quarterbacks and the way you want to capitalize on that rookie quarterback structure. There is a lack of patience now.
Right. You make them evaluate them in 5 years.
Now, we've seen recent examples of Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield really succeeding after the fact. So, it does work both ways, but that's why the pressure's on to be really good in years 2 and 3.
Thank you. And Eli Manning, for him going into the Hall of Fame, I don't understand something. If you look at his first 10 years, 2004 to 2014, he was in his prime. And if you look at his record and everything he did, that's outstanding. And only when he got older and the team was built poorly around him the last 5 years, he gets penalized. But that's mostly everybody in the NBA, Major League Baseball, et cetera. The last few years, they trend down because they're older. Check out the stats.
For sure. But Mike, I guess also, Mike, I think Eli's a Hall of Famer, but also
Eli is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
it's going to happen. Yeah. So having a debate about it is not.
It's stupid. Like, he'll eventually get in.
Right.
Like, to me, look, I have no problem saying this. Eli, Coughlin, Tiki, those 3 guys, they should be in the Hall of Fame, should already be in the Hall of Fame. And any argument you want to use against them or bring up certain stats, I will find somebody in the Hall of Fame very easily and go, well, they weren't better than this person.
Right.
So, look, I don't know what happens in there. I don't know if somebody's got to do a better job fighting, whatever it is. I'll say it. All 3 of those guys belong in, and I think all 3 will get in. I say those guys, even though one is sitting next to me, but I'm having a generic conversation.
Thank you.
You don't need to do your billing. I'll do it because, or bidding. Is it bidding or billing? I think it's bidding.
Bidding.
Yeah. Bidding. Bad job by me. Again, I guess I'll see you in Idiots with Idioms on Friday if Evan actually wants to take them. John to Staten Island. John, what's up?
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
We're good. What's up, dude?
Dude, my point on Jackson Dart is I was initially concerned that because of the new offensive system, he was going to struggle. And I didn't want the new coaching staff to sort of neuter the moxie that he has.
Right.
But then I remembered that John Harbaugh wants to actually win, and I think if things aren't going right, he's going to make decisions to change the system, and I think we're going to be all okay. As long as the kid stays healthy, I don't care how hot his girlfriend is, what kind of weird clothes he wants to wear, bring it all on.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I like it, John.
I did see
whatever
that.
clothes she wants to wear, she's allowed to.
I just did see that Instagram thing with Jackson Dart promoting some whatever.
Dude, I don't know. Yeah, you know what I struggle with? Jackson Dart's one of these guys. Guys that don't probably need glasses that wear them fashionably, That's a bothersome spot for me. It's just it's troubling.
You don't think those are prescription?
No, and then you got like the big parachute pants with it. I don't know, man. They don't make them like they used to. But just go win games.
Style is different now.
Were you here for Madison Beer last week?
No.
Tickling Justin Herbert's hair on the field?
Oh, yeah, I was.
Yeah, okay.
I had a problem with it.
Well, Burrow now, I think Burrow got a little jealous, so he had Olivia Ponton. She was out there on the field with him after practice, too.
I don't even know who that is.
She's a Victoria's Secret angel.
Oh.
You know who I would respect?
I think I stopped looking at Victoria's Secret when I was like 14.
I still walk by and sniff
You'll
the place
dabble.
in them all. Yeah. I would respect the hell out of a franchise quarterback just showing up to camp one day with an absolute dog-looking girlfriend. Wouldn't that be great? Because then you respect them. You know, you're really in this for love, which means you got passion. Like
you've known her for a long time.
But to be honest,
this is a real love.
It's gonna take.
It's not you're a superstar. I'm a superstar. We look pretty. Let's get together.
This is exactly it. And don't you think that's the kind of guy that would turn around the Jets? A quarterback that comes in who's got an ugly girlfriend because you're like, man, you are committed. You see right through the ugliness and you see the beauty in somebody. The Jets, the moment they draft a quarterback and they sit there and draft on, you turn around and go, that girl's a 5? You know that's a successful quarterback for the Jets.
That means he cares about the intangibles.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, we come back. Speaking of 5s, MetLife Stadium may not be the dumpiest of new stadiums anymore. They catch a break, and maybe it has something to do with the fact why MetLife Stadium sucks, this other stadium sucks. I think I got it all figured out. So here we go. Back to school, back to work. It's almost fall and football season, so now is the perfect time to shop Flag and Anthem's College Game Day Collection. Flag and Anthem has your Saturday lineup covered. Rep your alma mater or your kid's college. 17 schools to choose from and more on the way. All your favorite shirts, quarter zips, and hoodies from Flag and Anthem with officially licensed logos. Plus, shop the end-of-season sale. Save big on wear now gear and versatile layers. You can wear today and into fall. Visit flagandanthem.com. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
It's the Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle. Afternoons 2 to 7 on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
Talking to Brian Cashman, GM of the Yankees. Fans are clamoring. They want to know. They want to see their favorite Yankee player, number 99, out there and Stan's bat back in the lineup. Is there a world that we live in which you think it's a possibility that we see neither of them play again for the Yankees this year?
We are not operating with the anticipation they're not coming back.
Get the Carton Show on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and the free Odyssey app.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Don't look now, but the Detroit Tigers are just one game out of a playoff spot in the American League after trading Ace Tarik Skubal to the Dodgers and Casey Mize to the San Diego Padres. Detroit won its third straight series over the weekend, taking 2 of 3 from the Giants in San Francisco, just 3.5 games out of first place in the American League Central. What a job by the Tigers. What a job by manager A.J. Hinch to stay in contention. I'm Nick Costos.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We are by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save $900 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new auto customers surveyed in 2025 who switched to Allstate and reported savings, potential savings and availability varies by state.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Small business owners love what they do, and Verizon Business loves small business owners. That's why Verizon Business experts come directly to you, so you can spend more time doing what you love. Their experts show up on your schedule, ready to offer proven expertise and learn about the needs of your specific setup firsthand. And they don't quit till the solutions fit, even as your business grows. So save the time and stay where your business needs you most. Verizon Business. Visit Verizon.com/book today and schedule an appointment with your local Verizon Business expert.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
Your sales team has the talent. They've got the tools. They don't have time to close the deals you need to win unless they have sales with AI. SAILES.com. Sales.com is pipeline as infrastructure. Always on, always prospecting in the background. No logins, no data entry, just real opportunities delivered to your reps. The future of sales is SAILES.com.
Big truck crash at Victory Boulevard and Bay Street? Showman and Hill injury lawyers are the biggest defenders of justice. No one fights harder for New York. Every borough, every block. Showman and Hill. We are New York. Get a free case review. Search Showman and Hill injury lawyers.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
New York baseball fan favorite and Latin pop sensation Jose Candelita Iglesias makes his Broadway debut in Buena Vista Social Club starting August 27th. Get tickets today. Summer's heating up and pest season is officially here. Mosquitoes, ticks, ants, and wildlife are becoming more active across the greater New York area as summer temperatures rise. Enjoy your summer, not the pests. JP McHale Pest Management helps protect your home, family, pets, employees, and customers all summer long. With local offices around the tri-state area, their local experts are ready with seasonal residential savings and free commercial inspections. Visit nopests.com. That's NOPESTS.com. JP McHale Pest Management, not just good, guaranteed.
It's August. The dog days of summer are here.
I wonder how Nielsen Dodge can make it better.
Have a Dog Days of Summer Savings event.
That's a doggone great idea.
Now that's a good girl.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $289 a month. Yes, just $289 a month.
There's always zero down payment available.
The credit help you need.
More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals.
Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event. With approval, term 36 months, due at sign, $69.82 at tax tag and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
And then Evan's off again the week after that.
So everybody that complains that they only like a combination of the two of us, so pick your favorite two of the three. And you're going to get some combination of the three of us over the course of the next week. We do have Connor Green with us across the way. He'll have a Cinco coming up in about a half an hour. I have no idea what it's on, but I just trust Connor, maybe blindly, to deliver a good Cinco. Now, you know who didn't deliver? The city of Buffalo in that area. Did you see
I saw this.
Okay.
They spent so much time planning that thing.
Oh, God. All right. So now, you know what? For the radio audience, and maybe it wasn't all over social media, the Bills hosted, I guess it was like an evening scrimmage practice, which some of these teams do, and it was their way to kind of soft open the new building, which will, of course, open in full for a preseason game. So fans got to go in, kind of check it out and see what was going on. Now, much like Yelp reviews, you tend to only see the negative ones. Right? Rarely is somebody have a positive experience and they rush online to write a everybody's negative. So I understand. But coming out of the pictures, I understand that the negativity surrounding this does exist. Couple problems. Number one, multiple pictures on the internet of just flat out obstructed view seats, which I'm sorry, Tiki, in 2026 is completely unacceptable to not be able to see every sliver of grass on a 100-yard field the way your thing is designed.
Especially in a stadium built now.
That should be one of the first, because it's all about fan experience. Now, again, you could choose to pick your seats online. I don't know if anything was lied to. If you bought one of these season tickets where you're missing like a corner of the end zone, or it's right in front of a staircase that people are walking in front of you with this glass and you have to like look over people who are up and moving, I'd be insanely frustrated. And then the other thing that was so noticeable, and I noticed it, and it was almost like I thought it, and my phone could hear my brain, and it started popping up with complaints. There are two scoreboards in Tiki, for those of you not old enough to appreciate when Tiki would run. Tiki would run at the old Giant Stadium, and he would take a peek up at the scoreboard to see how close the defenders were behind him. It was a little trick. The scoreboards that Highmark Stadium, that's what it's called, I think, have put up, resemble those same scoreboards from 2005 when Tiki was doing that, which are, let's be honest, if you were living at a home, this is the equivalent of somebody invites you over for football and all they got is the 42-inch TV. You're like, well, hold on now. I'm watching play. It's only a 42-inch? What are we doing here? Yeah, you got a smaller screen than me. I'm watching the football here. Those screens, this isn't Mercedes-Benz with the wraparound circle. Nobody's asking you to do that. It's not a dome. You understand you're not going to hang the big Jerry World thing. Say what you want to say about MetLife Stadium. They got 4 pretty nice big screens in each of the corners.
Yeah.
2 screens on either end that are ultra small and a bunch of blind spots. I don't even know who the hell the Buffalo Bills are anymore.
And didn't they have a field issue? Didn't they have an issue with the grass itself?
New England did.
Oh, that was New England.
New England did with the World Cup transfer.
Right, that's right. The World Cup transfer thing with the whatever you want to call it, the turf that was the same in all the venues around the country and the North
with
America.
The changeover. But Tiki, $2.8 billion.
I know.
$2.8 billion, and you got blind spots and small TVs.
Look, I think part of this is like last minute. We need to put a railing to prevent people from falling, and you put up a railing, and now it obstructs half the
architects got to think ahead, man.
Well, what you usually see, and I only know this because I was at the at MetLife Stadium on the suite levels, you should have a railing there, but they have a plexiglass.
Yeah, it's plexi.
It's like glass, so it's just like
you don't trust it.
It's there, but. It's all, and it should protect you from falling,
but you don't trust it.
But you can see through it.
Yeah.
My point is, instead of putting plexiglass or something you can see through,
they put the hard railing.
They put the hard railings.
Yeah,
which are disruptive. The only way you can see over it is if you're standing up.
I think
if
you're right.
If you're sitting in your seat, you can't see.
Yeah, and then if you're standing in front the whole game, people behind you get mad. Look, I've always said this for a long time. I am disappointed with the way MetLife Stadium came out, but I do think that the pendulum has swung on MetLife Stadium where it's almost unfairly bashed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think MetLife Stadium is bashed because it's nondescript.
That's the problem.
You go in there and you go to any other team's stadium. Like you go to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. You're like, I know I'm at Raymond James.
Yeah, the big pirate ship
and
everything.
I feel like I'm in Tampa.
Yep. It has character.
You go to MetLife Stadium, you could be in you could be in Russia.
I was going to say, you could be in Germany.
It doesn't matter
right.
where you are. There's nothing that tells you the Giants and the Jets play here.
And in fact, it only looks cool
other
at
than
night.
the posters on the wall.
And the lights at night. But how many night games when these teams stink are we seeing there?
Right.
I mean, that's
so
really
I think
cool.
it's just sterile.
Okay.
And it's all concrete.
Yes.
So once you get into the bowels of MetLife Stadium, it's just concrete.
Yeah, and it gets very cold. And
Yes.
Again, I would prefer a much nicer stadium, but in the end, MetLife Stadium is not like this godforsaken, I can't watch a football game in there. The sightlines, generally speaking, are pretty good.
Yep.
The game day atmosphere in the lot, pregame, again, I think a lot of this has to do with the team stinking for the last 10 years. Pretty good. I know the Bills won't have that kind of problem, but I see stuff like what happened in Buffalo, and I go, man, if we're going to make all these jokes about the Jets and Giants playing in MetLife Stadium, the Bills should be freaking embarrassed because they tore down a palace that was built half underground. I use palace, loosely, but
Right.
it had character.
Yeah.
It became one of those last, Lambeau Field's not getting torn down. And I'm not suggesting that new era field was Lambeau Field, but there was something to it. It was a small town in the middle of a neighborhood football stadium that everybody went nuts for, and it fit those people there. It was a blue-collar stadium for blue-collar people.
But they had to, as with all these new stadiums,
suites and everything.
You have to add suites.
But if you do that, you got to have a stadium with some, make it worth it. Watching Josh Allen run out in that stadium I saw this on the internet, so I'm stealing it, in a uniform that now looks like a Diet Pepsi can with the blue and red on the helmet and the blue with the gray jersey. And running onto that stadium with the small boards, but it's a new stadium. The Bills don't look like the Bills anymore.
No.
They've lost what the
It's
Buffalo
an
Bills are.
Expansion team.
Yeah, it looks like a team in the show Playmakers. I don't know, man.
My friend is from Buffalo, so his family went to the game.
And what they say?
And so they said they loved it. They thought it was great. So he's a little sensitive, so I think even if it wasn't great, he wouldn't necessarily say anything.
He wants to protect it.
And
Bills fans will, by the way.
He said Bills fans are all about Bills.
The seats with the obstructed views apparently weren't for sale, but I don't know if I believe that because why would people be taking those pictures?
Yeah, that sounds like you're protecting.
But why would there be? I mean, it's a seat.
Yeah,
It's an actual
seat
seat in the building. How is it not for sale?
And he's not going to squint looking at those video boards when he's looking for those red zone updates.
Well, he was defensive of that too. So
because
he's a diehard Bills fan, so I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know.
Bills can do no wrong except in the postseason.
And if I'm being honest, outside of Tiki Barber, I guess Connor, you too. Somebody like me, I should be offended. My tax money paid for that stadium. It's a New York State stadium.
That's true.
That you took taxpayer money from.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes. I couldn't tell you how much of my tax money went there, but I know something went there. And I want bigger screens for a team I don't like. I hate it. So anyway, if you're
at least it's not a dome.
Again,
these teams that are moving to domes is really bad.
Yeah, I agree.
I disagree.
By
with
the way,
both
speaking
you,
of tax money,
yeah,
I went to Middletown yesterday or Goshen to pick up my dog because Tracy's mom had her. The roads are
terrible,
ridiculous in New York,
dude. It's August. We still haven't figured out potholes from the winter.
I know. I felt like I was driving on a gravel road. How bumpy
horrendous.
it was.
Horrendous. I thought Friday night coming home from the Yankee game, I'm on the Bruckner. I hit a pothole so hard at 2 a.m. I went, oh my God, there goes my tire.
Yeah,
and
you're just waiting for your car to say, a pressure sensor to come on.
Dude, and you know that pothole is there since March. Like when the roads kind of were starting to go back.
Right.
How have we not fixed anything? But that taxpayer money for Buffalo Stadium went up. Bottom line is this, Jet fans, if a Buffalo Bill fan tries to dunk on you about MetLife Stadium ever again, you might have the better stadium.
Right.
You might. 888-808-1019. Frank and Monroe. Frank, what's up?
Hi, what's up, Shaun? How you doing? Hi, Tiki.
Hey, Frank.
What's up, Frank?
So listen, I'm 65 years old. I've been to a lot of Giant games, a lot of Yankee games. I think Giant Stadium is fine. We're New Yorkers, man.
Frank, I loved Giant Stadium too, but we're talking about MetLife. You like MetLife?
All right, okay. So MetLife, but it's the only thing that I think they should do is natural grass. Like we did it for the soccer players. Let's do it for the football players.
Frank, here's the problem with natural grass.
What?
It gets cold in November and December.
Mm-hmm.
And for everybody who loves the natural grass, I'm okay if the players want it, but understand that when you watch those games at Soldier Field and Lambeau in November and December with the natural grass, they are basically playing on cement. And if you get one of those
concrete.
cold Novembers, Decembers, I mean, thanks for the call. I think we lose sight of that because you play a lot of September, October. And
Well,
the Tiki, remember the famous painted mud with the trays?
Oh, dude, it was terrible. The trays were the worst idea. Actually, it was a great idea because there was no other way that they could get grass.
Right.
But it was a terrible idea because the trays.
Well, the idea was good. The executions.
Well, it's just impossible to have that work because these big 300-pound men grind this thing up, and then the seams start to get exposed, and you're stepping in holes.
Yeah, which is dangerous.
It was dangerous.
Like driving on the Bruckner.
Yeah, 100%. And so, like, there's got to be some solution. I just think the answer and the reason we're not going to see it is it's ridiculously expensive.
That's a tough excuse, though. Ridiculously expensive when you consider the TV deals that go into all this.
Okay, so you think about some of these. I think it's Real Madrid. I think it's Madrid. If it's not, I'll correct it. But at some point, Real Madrid has a system in their stadium, their soccer stadium. Again, it's not. These are 150-pound men, maybe even less than that. In some of these guys, but their stadium has like multiple fields that even though if it was cold, it's not that cold in Madrid. But if it was cold, the stadium goes underground and gets grown by fluorescent lights, right? It's like a greenhouse under the stadium.
And it like raises up.
And it raises up. And so why can't we do that? Right? Why can't a stadium in the United States in a cold weather area have that kind of technology?
Is it an expense thing?
It's got to be. That's my point. It's
Right.
an expense thing. Like nobody wants to spend that much money to do something like that. Now, granted, the stadium is bigger. Football stadiums are bigger than soccer stadiums, so perhaps that's the excuse. But there's got to be a solution.
Yeah, I mean, and by the way,
the NFLPA, the Players Association, they're not demanding it, but they're kind of demanding it. I wouldn't be surprised at the next CBA, whenever it is, 30 something.
If that comes up?
Yeah, if that comes up. I'm not even joking.
And you know what the owners are going to say? Okay, then we're going to take some of the TV revenue and it ain't going to you guys, the players. And then that's going to be the sticking point.
True, but I think players would think that it's going to help their careers.
That's going to be interesting. But you know that's getting a little
it's not
thumbtack in
going
it.
away.
It's not going away. And again, I'm totally fine with every field being grass, but I know we will all then simultaneously in December start complaining. We will once it gets cold. Frank in Manhasset. Frank, what's up?
Okay, guys, I had a Facebook post I did, got over 100,000 views, thousands of people comment on it. I think you'll love this idea.
Go ahead.
So we all talk about the Jets. We all talk about the Jets moving, right?
Yes.
I got the perfect place. The perfect place. Aqueduct. Aqueduct's got 175 acres. They got the monorail. They right to JFK. I called Carlton. He loved the idea. Okay. You got the Port Authority's got space there. You could put a roof. Now think about it. The Jets come back to New York. They get their own stadium. You could do like you were talking about. Make it look like a real Jet stadium. You can have the Super Bowl here again, the Final Four, concerts, and what's even bigger is that resorts just spent $5 billion in Aqueduct. They would have a hotel right next door. They would love it. And I know you guys have the connections to talk to, Mr. Johnson about it.
Yeah.
I think
Frank,
I also heard is that.
No,
Yeah.
I was going to say, where are you putting the racetrack?
I know. There was a racetrack
Gone.
there.
It's gone. You don't need it. It's over.
What do you mean it's
You got
over?
Belmont.
What do you mean it's
Belmont.
over? I still see the racetrack when I drive past the belt. What do you mean it's already closed?
They're going to take it down. No, the Aqueduct
he's
is
saying
done.
closing. He's saying close it.
Close it
Yeah.
and just build a stadium. Now, Frank, here's the other issue, and thanks for the call. The issue with the New York stuff.
The issue with the Aqueduct is traffic is going to be a bitch.
The Bell Parkway is already a disaster.
It's and
the Van Wyck.
JFK is. I haven't been to JFK in years because I can't stand the traffic. I'm not even joking.
Yeah. I fly out of there a lot.
I refuse to fly out of JFK.
I can't imagine coming back to JFK from the Bell Parkway off the Verrazano. I agree. Now you're asking all those fans. Also, here's the other issue. The Jets built a facility in Florham Park. As Tiki, as you know, the players are going to live where they practice 5 days a week
That's
as opposed
correct.
to where the games are.
That's correct.
To ask a player now on game day, hey, remember where we told you guys most of your work is going to be done? Now we're going to pick up and move the actual location to a different state for a game while keeping your practice facility there.
Right.
It's a miserable experience for a regular person on a non-game day to be on the Belt Parkway on a Sunday afternoon. Now add 80,000 more fans and the players and tell me that's a great experience for the players to get back to New Jersey.
No, it's not.
You have to helicopter them all back.
Most of these guys live in like Hoboken or Weehawken or those type of areas.
That ain't easy.
That
Leaving
is a 29-mile drive.
Yeah, you're on the Long Island side of Queens.
That's via Belt. It's 29 miles, and right now it's an hour and 2 minutes.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. Like, would it be easier for people that live near where I am to get there? Of course.
Right. And again,
but for the players,
it's middle of the day. But again, middle of the day on a Monday, it should be not. There's no traffic.
When I drive home from MetLife Stadium on a Sunday, there are two things that will get me. It's either the George Washington Bridge cross Bronx if I'm going north, or if I go south, it's sitting on the Bell Parkway.
Yeah.
And that's without football.
The problem with going south is you got to go all the way down.
I know, but sometimes it's worth it, man. That lead up on the George Washington Bridge when you're climbing towards Fort Lee on a Sunday when the Giants have lost by 14 points is one of the most miserable experiences North American roads have to offer. You're just sitting there. You got like a ketchup stain on your Eli jersey. You're like, why did I do this again? Why did I leave Long Island to go to MetLife Stadium again? Now to do it on the Belt Parkway? Oh, forget about it. Nick in the Bronx. Nick, what's up?
What's up? Hey, Nick.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys.
What's up, Nick?
So when Yankee Stadium first opened, they had blocked views in the bleachers on both sides where they mounted TVs. I don't know.
Remember they used to sell tickets for $5 a game? They didn't hide it.
Yes. And but nobody said anything until the stadium opened. So
that wasn't
nobody
Nick.
had a
Nick, I vividly remember that's actually wrong. They had a lead up where they were selling the season tickets. In fact, I remember Craig buying them the first year. Like a month or two before the season, they were very much advertising with these two sections in each side of the bleachers where you can't see half the field, and they would take a picture of it, and they were selling season tickets, and I think the season tickets were $5 a ticket.
What?
So it was
Per
like
game?
per game because
Wow.
you couldn't see half the field.
Oh,
they
right.
made a thing of it.
That's actually smart.
It was smart, and that was the way to sell them, but they didn't hide it. And it was before the season. I'll never forget it before the season. I don't know why I remember Craig getting the season tickets. That became kind of the funny thing. Who wanted tickets around here? He's got $5 season tickets.
Obstructed view.
Obstructed view.
Can't see Jack, but hey, you're going to be there.
Justin in Dobbs Ferry. Justin, what's up?
What's going on? I mean, you talk about how they can't afford a field. He's got two owners in New York splitting a stadium. It's ridiculous.
That's a great point.
Yeah, right.
It's like you have two owners splitting a stadium.
Right.
People are paying $25,000 a ticket for.
Can't one
for
Venmo the
PSL.
other for the rest of the
Get outta
cost?
here.
Right.
Yeah. It's just like they got to do something. They said I think the Madrid cost like $500 million for that retractable.
Right.
Infield, and that's going to save somebody's leg. If that's going to save neighbor's leg, I'll pay the $500 million.
No, exactly.
Bring out the PSLs. We'll pay for it.
100%.
Thanks, Justin.
It would be worth it. It would be worth it. And we'd stop getting this. Again, not that we care, but it's constantly rated as the worst stadium in football because of the turf. And again, it's not fair.
I don't think it's fair. I think what happened that first year with the Niners, or whatever year that was, where the Niners got all those injuries.
It was COVID.
During COVID, right?
Because I was sitting in the stadium. I was at that game.
The Niners lost like 5 guys that day.
The Niners also have tender tendons because they have the electrical substation.
Connor, this ties into my point. What we've experienced since that day at MetLife Stadium is the Niners seemingly, and this is a credit to them, they're always seemingly in contention. They've had injuries, and they've gotten worse the last couple of years. I don't deny that the MetLife Stadium turf is not good. What I do deny is the idea that it's like this worst unplayable playing surface. I think it became a scapegoat that you couldn't stop the momentum of after the Niners called them out on.
Didn't they also play 2 weeks in a row?
Between the Jets and Giants.
Yeah,
yes,
or maybe
I think
2 out of 3 weeks or
it was
something
like that. And they lost quite a few guys. So I'm not blaming them for having that, but I think once that narrative started, MetLife Stadium became like the whipping boy of turf. And that's all it continued to happen. And when I always looked at it was Saquon Barkley's 3 lower leg injuries.
Yeah, they were back-to-back. In 2020, they started the season in Arizona. Then they played the Jets and the Giants in back-to-back games.
Back-to-back games, yep.
At MetLife.
And that's where that whole narrative started. But
Yes.
hear me out. During that era, Saquon Barkley had 3 lower leg injuries in 3 different years. Daniel Jones, 2 lower leg injuries, 2 different years. All 5 of those incidents happened on the road on grass field.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not saying that to say that the MetLife turf isn't an issue, but I just found it funny that every time the Giants, before this Neighbors thing, seemingly had this big lower leg injury, it was always a road game on the grass.
Right.
But it was the other teams coming in that had an issue with the MetLife turf. Should they, if the players feel, they don't know better than me, that grass is better, fine. The owners should take care of that.
At the end of the day, grass is just stating the obvious, softer. When you get tackled, when you're playing a game where you necessarily are going to the ground often, you'd rather land on grass than on basically concrete.
Totally fine. But because football's still a violent game, the idea that we think these lower leg injuries are going to go away like that, no, the players will still get them if there's grass at MetLife Stadium.
I actually think it's the shoes that are the issue.
Ooh.
That's my call on this.
Well, what about the shoes?
The drop is too high or too low.
Drop? You mean the spike or the actual?
No,
like,
the drop.
arch?
So like when you stand on a foot and you stand on a shoe.
Okay.
And most have a heel lift, so your heel is pushed up, right?
Okay. So picture a high heel but shorter.
Right. But the drop is negative.
All right.
But now these shoes, there's a drop, so it's like your Achilles is extra extended, and the midfoot plate is not stable, and so your knee is forced to correct itself because your feet aren't stable.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's the shoes. We've seen way too many Achilles injuries in the last 5 years for it to be, guys are just bigger and stronger and their Achilles can't handle it. It's not the case. To me, I think it's the shoes.
Fix the shoes. It's all in the
That's
shoes.
just my take on it.
The way you just described that visually for anybody watching YouTube makes a lot of sense to me. Because I think it's got to be more than just the playing surface. All right, we come back. Connor Green does have a Cinco. I still have to ask Tiki, what the hell's going on with soccer fields and soccer stadiums? Now, that's a big tease I haven't gotten to as well. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash on The Fan.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New York State Thruway Authority. Imagine that your workplace is inches from traffic and a car flies by, drifting because someone checked their phone. People work here. They trust you. Don't drive distracted. Funded by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration with a grant from the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Zach Brown Band.
Hi, this is Zach Brown and Zach Brown Band.
Keep listening for your chance to score a pair to see Zach Brown Band at Forest Hill Stadium on August 27th. Get your tickets now at AXS.com. It's all from our friends at the Bowery Presents and The Fan. WFAN.
Hey, Salicata here for CertaPro Painters, and my wife is still satisfied by my good friends at CertaPro Painters. They work fast and clean, and if she's happy, you better believe I'm happy. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call. 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved $900 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. national average annual savings for new auto customers surveyed in 2025 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Potential savings and availability varies by state.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's quick, easy, and covers your whole morning, all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious? It's a full breakfast. It's a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by.
It's The Road Ahead, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com and discover movement that inspires. The team from the Bronx continues its extended homestand with a series against Seattle before heading out on the road to play Toronto and then Baltimore.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on Verizon. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
Hey, Yankees fans! Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof, we've got specialists for that. Layup take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Hi, this is New Jersey Attorney General Jen Davenport. Before you enjoy a night out, have a plan for a safe, sober ride home, because impaired driving can wreck it all. Be safe, be responsible, never drive drunk or high. Together, let's prevent a tragedy on New Jersey's roads.
Your New York Yankees are chasing another championship. Talk Yankees baseball with the Fan at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com.
Sean, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you just wait with this comeback with the music? You just wait?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I could kiss you.
Love it.
Tiki, I could not bring this up because I would look like an egotistical maniac. Whew. All right. Let me breathe and explain where I'm coming from because I've been struggling this in my head.
Okay, go ahead.
When you're not here.
Yes.
And and it's just me and Evan doing the show, and I come back and I do the fan focuses, and I'm the first voice out, like I'm the first voice here with you, right? The music will start playing from a Connor Green or a Nico, whoever's back there, and I will wait for that moment.
Yes.
And not a second into the song is Evan like this with the microphone.
Evan starts talking sometimes before the music even starts going.
And he doesn't understand what I'm doing. And I could feel his presence breathing on me. Like, why aren't you saying anything? Say something. We're wasting time. And there's a science behind it to me, which I'm glad you noticed, but I would never say because I assume everybody lives in a society and understands that when you hear a music song coming at a break, you wait for the beat to drop. It's a build-up. It builds momentum for the segment, and then I go.
And then people think they're also listening to music while we're talking sports.
And I think it's an easier flow. Thank you.
I just wanted to acknowledge that.
It doesn't even matter if we fight or not.
You can kiss me in the break.
I would love to because it's not just that you notice, it's the fact that I notice that Evan doesn't notice. So for you to say that you notice made me realize, I'm not insane.
The reason I notice it is because it's very different with Evan.
Okay, yes.
And so
Connor's right.
As soon as the music comes back, Evan's talking.
Yes.
The rejoin will finish. The music hasn't started. Evan's already going.
Yes.
All right, so let's just have an Evan conversation real quick.
Yes.
Because I've thought about this on my own. I think about why Evan looks at me that way, and it's either one of two things. Either Evan's just of the belief that every second counts, which I understand. I'm reading like I got to get right to it, which I get it.
Well, that was probably ingrained in his head by Spike.
Okay, and it might have been.
Because Spike was not I remember when BT and I first came to WFAN doing the midday. Spike said to us, nobody wants to hear about your personal life when the show first starts. Just get into the topic.
Just get into it.
And you get into it later. Get into other stuff later about yourself and family and whatever you want to talk about that you're going to this weekend. But the first minutes have to be about sports.
Yeah. Now, I push back on Spike a little bit of this. I think you're right. You don't get into the personal life stuff, but I think a nice, soft 15 seconds of how you doing is okay. I think sometimes it sounds a little aggressive when it's like, so anyway, last night and blah, 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 blah.
If it's urgent, like if there's a big issue you want to get to, then you get what was that, Thursday? No, it's Wednesday when Evan let you take the mantle for the first whatever it was, 6 minutes of the show because you were screaming about something.
The deadline,
the deadline. Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. So it felt like that was necessary. You get right into it.
I agree.
You're not talking about your weekend or whatever.
But let's be honest, often days, it's not necessary. Football Monday, we're chomping at the bit. True.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, there's plenty, put it this way. If you have to think about what is concrete in your show open, you have 15 seconds to be like, how we doing? How we doing?
Oh, wait, that was last week.
That was dude, we're losing track.
Dude, I'm completely, summer is just messing with my mind.
So that was number one on what I thought Evan was thinking. But the other thing is, I think that Evan doesn't actually know any songs, so he doesn't know when beats drop.
Oh.
So this is not me making fun of him, but I just
does he listen to music? I don't even.
I think.
I don't think he likes it. No.
Yeah, I don't picture Evan ever having music on his car.
He listens to podcasts.
Podcasts, audiobooks. I just don't think music's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody loves music, and that's fine. But as a result, I think when it comes to doing the show, I don't think Evan knows the song Sabotage. So I don't think he would know enough. Right. I know when that beat's going to drop. Yeah. So in my head, it's not going to be that long, and I'll get to it.
Right.
Connor, be honest. And Evan has earned everything about. I love learning under Evan. Do you prefer somebody who waits for the beat, or do you prefer an Evan who just chomps at the bit?
Either way's fine with me.
Okay.
So there are times with you where I feel like we'll play a song and the beat's not going to drop for a little while, and then you're waiting and waiting, and I'm like, is Shaun going to start going?
And
here?
sometimes I have my own panic in my head.
Are you picking those songs?
Yeah. Okay. We have a music system, a music folder that I'll pick songs from, but I do pick them.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Interesting. Unbelievable.
I'm going to make some suggestions for you.
You should. We should change it up a little. By
I'll
the way,
take suggestions.
We're
All
due to put some new songs in the system anyway, if we're being honest with you. It's been a couple of years. So I agree with you. All right, back to this, though.
You're welcome.
I feel so stress relieved that I noticed that problem with me and Evan and that you noticed it. Okay, great. This Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Ben Simmons is reporting to Team Australia minicamp this week for whatever fake tournament's happening. Simmons, who did not play last season in the NBA, apparently is eyeing an eventual comeback to the league, which leads me to this.
What was his last game?
The year before this year.
Wow.
Nobody apparently told Ben Simmons that nobody missed him, I think is the thing. Could you imagine what could Ben Simmons possibly do in a FIBA tournament?
I thought he retired, and obviously he didn't, but I just haven't even thought about it.
Here's a little thought, and I've always had this thought about Ben Simmons. I think the money's running down on Ben Simmons, if I had to guess. Ben Simmons loves dressing in the fancy sweaters and everything else, and I think he forgot to make all that fancy money. You got to actually play basketball to do that work. And I think if I had to guess, he started to realize, oh boy, my safety net is maybe failing me. All right, speaking of safety nets, me not doing a Cinco. Let's take it away, Connor.
Shaun Morash in the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. The great Connor Green has it for us. Connor?
So, fellas, we just talked about how Highmark Stadium not getting great marks. People thinking it's a box office bomb.
You missed it.
What?
Highmark Stadium not getting high
marks.
Thank you.
I know. You like that? That was a good one, right?
You said great marks. You messed it up.
I did mess it up.
We'll work on it, but anyway.
But not getting great marks, not getting high marks. A bit of a box office bomb. So here are how about the top 5 best stadiums in sports?
Oh, nice.
Ooh, have you been to all these 5 before you tell me?
No, I've been to none of these 5.
Okay, seems like a weird list to make when you haven't been there, but we'll go for it.
Here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
Number 5 is the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, as they would call it. Every year, New Year's Day, you got the Rose Bowl game, always sunny. It never rains at the Rose Bowl. It's a great picture on TV. And I say that maybe the stadium experience itself is a little bit outdated, but I like all the old stadiums. I think Rose Bowl looks like a great venue.
It's iconic, because of the games that are played there. Right, so I would agree with that. I have never been to that stadium either. But I definitely would put that on the list.
I would say this before you continue, Connor. I don't know if this is dating back to our national days and you remember me on the DA show with this take, but maybe my take that got the most hate, but I truly believe this. I hate the Rose Bowl.
Really? Have you been?
Really?
So I've never been, and that's fair. Like if I had been, maybe it's something. You know why I hate the Rose Bowl?
Why?
Because every time it's shown to me and pushed down my throat, it's a day where I'm hungover. By the time the game kicks off, it's already pitch black here. And I kind of always have this 5 o'clock New Year's Day. I always kind of have this all right, I got to go back to work tomorrow. I'm tired, I'm cranky. And I'm staring at this bright sun in the Rose Bowl and hearing them say how beautiful it is. I'm thinking to myself, most of the country's in miserable, cold darkness right now. Why do I care that it's beautiful there? And it ruins the Rose Bowl for me.
They try to warm your cold heart with the warm images of the Rose Bowl.
I want to see somebody at Soldier Field breathing heavy air that day. I don't want to see the Rose Bowl. Anyway, go on.
All right, here we go.
Number 4.
Wrigley Field, the friendly confines, built 1914. People travel from all over the country to go see Wrigley Field. You got to take me out to the ball game in the 7th inning. Our friend Rami in the morning show just went there. He said he felt like a kid again at Wrigley.
Agreed, 100%.
Great place.
Could be higher.
I got to go.
Me too. Here we go.
Number 3.
Fenway Park. Now, we don't like the Red Sox, but it's a great place to go watch a game. I've, of course, never been there. Oh, you know what? I was there, actually. I went there for a stadium tour, not for an actual game.
How memorable. You didn't even remember.
I forgot. But I did go there for a tour, 2008. You got the Green Monster, everything. Great place to watch a game.
That is a cool stadium.
It's one of those places, it makes no sense that I haven't been there. It's drivable. I've been to a million stadiums.
Why have you never been there?
Dude, it's so weird. I think every time I get in a car to drive somewhere, if I'm not taking a plane, I always go the Baltimore Philly way, the DC way. I never go north.
Right.
I went to Boston once on a school field trip in 7th grade. I've never been to the city of Boston since.
Wow.
Would you have the courage if you went there for a Yankee Red Sox game to wear a Yankee jersey?
Of course I would. I don't think it's like Philly. I'd be fine with that.
All right, here we go.
Number 2.
Lambeau Fields,
No
one
doubt.
of the coolest stadiums in America.
And they renovated it.
I see what
They
he's
renovated
doing
it.
here.
It's
I
been there
see what he's
forever. You got people that live in the community right outside the stadium. Awesome
Hard
place.
to get to, though. Every time I've looked at going, it's like 15 flights.
It is a pain in the butt to get there, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because you can't fly directly into Green Bay, Wisconsin. There's like 2,000 people that live there.
One of my best games was there. That's why.
Really?
What kind of hotel are you putting you guys up in there? The team's got to be staying. What are you staying at Howard Johnson's?
It wasn't nice. I remember that.
Yeah, I can't imagine it being nice.
And here we go.
Number 1.
Number 1, the Roman Coliseum out in Rome, built in 72 AD.
You see what he did? You saw what he did,
Hosted
right?
amazing events for 500 years. You got the gladiatorial games. You got man versus lion.
Oh.
Which I do wonder if the man was ever the favorite versus the lion.
Was that on the Food Network?
I wonder if the man was ever the favorite. Like you could bet man minus 250 money line in those games. But been around for 2,000 years, still standing. People travel all over the world to go see it still. I think they should maybe play like an NFL game over in the Roman Coliseum would be great.
I think it's not. There's no Coliseum anymore. It's just
the shell of the thing.
It's a shell of it. There's no floor on it.
No, it's just one of those things you always see people take pictures of when they're.
I've been there
You've
too.
been, right?
Multiple times. It's cool.
I feel like I've seen a tiki picture outside of the Roman
definitely.
Coliseum. So there you go. So there was Connor's theme. There was.
No, he's got one more.
No, he doesn't.
That was number 1.
Oh, that was one.
The Roman Coliseum.
So think about what he did. I want you to guess the theme. He did Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Wrigley.
Yeah.
Fenway. Lambeau. Roman Coliseum.
Mm.
Do you get the theme?
No.
The theme is, doesn't matter how many billions you spend on a stadium, all the oldest stadiums in the world are the nicest ones.
And I would have put Old Yankee Stadium on the list if that was still around too.
It's not around.
And I like the new Yankee Stadium, but it's not quite the same. There's something to be said about that old school feel of a stadium.
Yeah, you know what, though? Sitting out there for 2 hours on a rain delay Friday night, you appreciate the new stadium.
That is true.
Because I wouldn't be able to see the field, the tarp, the open concourses.
There's nowhere to go.
Yeah. But generally speaking, I get your point. Older stadiums.
No domes.
I'm a sucker because Tiki introduced me to the sweet life, and it's tough not to live the sweet life. So that's why I love the new stadiums. But you're right. There's some character in the old stadiums. Speaking of new stadium complaints, Ryan in Jersey City. Ryan, what's up?
Hey, Ryan.
Gentlemen, how we doing?
All's good.
Great show as always. First off, Shaun, you could press as many wrong buttons as you want. You don't have a giant belch on live air like Evan does, which is out of control.
A what?
A burp?
The giant burp he has?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not a burper. Yeah, he burps a lot of bubbles in him. For as big a
And
pig I am, it would probably shock you how little I burp.
The coughing and the burping, I mean, good Lord.
Okay, what else you got?
Hey, I just want to talk. I got to get into this stadium conversation with MetLife, as I like to call it, the giant AC unit on 95.
It does look like an AC unit.
It's good. It's AC units are better, but it's a good stadium. It's to watch a game. But
yes,
can they just add a freaking restaurant or a bar or something nearby?
Well, they
They have it. You just got to pay a lot for it.
Well, you got to or you just go next door to American Dream now. Have you been to American Dream yet?
With that.
Well,
not yet. It's on the list, but
a lot of people got to park there.
Disaster.
Yeah, you could park. No, I agree, getting there and everything. But as far as the restaurant part, so Ryan, this is where I will tell you. For years, I agreed because they didn't have the Patriots have that one Patriot Plaza, which is really cool. I still think we're at a point in time entering the 2026 season, and I think it's because when you drive over to MetLife, you want the tailgate experience.
Yeah,
where not enough fans realize what is going on in American Dream. We did the show from the Dream Bar, and we had fans come and tailgate. The Yard House is over there. There are multiple restaurants.
Great, they're great. Sushi place we went to a couple years ago.
Excellent. Great for a pregame. Now, they don't do the shopping at American Dream on Sundays, right? That's a little different.
Right.
But you can go there, grab a drink and food.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of those games, those pre-games, I went to the game. And you just walk across a bridge.
It's super easy.
And then you're in the parking lot, and you just got to walk through the parking lot to get to this. It's actually not that bad.
It's not bad.
Of a trek
I'll
to
tell
get
you
to the stadium.
What if I had to get inside the mind of somebody that would drive there, I think what hurts is it's not like an outside kind of shopping village.
Right.
So you kind of don't see the places popping out at you, but all it takes is 1 minute of not being lazy to walk through a tunnel, and then you walk in and be like, oh my God, all this is right here. Right. I don't have to pack my grill and do all this, especially those cold weather games. I think American Dream is great. I think it's been a revelation. Joe and Massapequa. Joe, what's up?
How you guys doing?
What's up, man?
Tiki, big fan.
Thank you, brother.
Just wanted to raise the issue of the turf fields again.
Yeah.
So the reason why these outdoor stadiums, Lambeau, Soldier Field, Arrowhead, that they can grow grass all year round is they have subsurface radiant heating systems.
Right.
So they maintain the soil, they maintain the grass at a certain level. You watch these games, and they're not landing on concrete. You see they're taking divots. Their uniforms are stained because the grass is still growing.
Right.
Because they maintain that level. So what's the reason that MetLife, Buffalo, I don't know what Buffalo did in their new stadium.
I think it's grass.
I'm pretty sure it's grass, but I'm not positive. I'd have to check with that with the new stadium. But you're right about the radiated field. It's one of the I want to say it's not a new technology, but it's something that should be able to be done. I think the issue though at MetLife is that there's so many concerts. There's so many other things there that half the time you'd be covering the grass and it kills the grass.
But usually not. By the time you get to mid-September, I guess it's because of the preseason games and doing all this. And Well,
then they had a hockey game on at MetLife, didn't they?
Yes, but you're telling me that you can't put stuff over the grass or
you
roll it out?
but depending how long the setup has to be there before, it's just days without sunlight.
Yeah, I
you know
guess
what I mean?
that's true.
So I went to the Usher concert on Saturday.
Usher.
And as I was driving in, I see this massive trailer coming in with Guns N' Roses.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, wait, GNR's playing here. That's on Wednesday. But they were there to set, obviously not to set up because they got a game there. No, they set up before. So they set up Guns N' Roses right after Chris Brown and Usher got out.
Jeez.
And there was, when I left the concert, there was lines of people, workers. They were coming in as soon as the Usher concert was over. They were turning it over into Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, so it's a concert venue.
So it's in the summer. It's a concert venue. You just can't grow grass. It's just too many days of no sunlight. Now it's beautiful. Like if the grass was there and it was sitting outside baking in the sun.
Well, I wish they had the thing in Arizona had.
Right.
Where you could just roll it into the stadium, like have a little bit of an underneath.
But they did that for the Super Bowl with the sod father, remember?
Yeah.
Was at Arizona, and it was terrible. Everyone complained about it.
But they didn't do it in 2007. They did it, and it was fine. So maybe the sod father has a problem. You ever think of that?
He got past his prime, the sod father.
By the way, Tiki, when the truck rolled in, did you go up to the driver?
I did not.
It was an easy layup line you could have gave him.
What's that?
Welcome to the jungle. That's what I would have said. That's what I would have said.
We're not the jungle.
No, we're not. John on the line.
I passed him on the breakdown lane.
John, what's going on?
Hey, you got me?
Yeah, we got you, John.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Listen, before you guys call me delusional, I got to say this. The Jets are going to be good this year, and there's reasons behind it. They're going to win 9 games. Before you call me delusional, listen, the offense is set. The line is good. Breece Hall.
What about your quarterback?
Wilson.
You confident in your quarterback?
You know what? Extremely. He was in a horrible situation, maybe the worst ever last year.
I agree.
Look what he did in Seattle. I mean, look, he's not Tom Brady. We're not going to deny that, but he'll be fine. He's going to get the ball out. He might throw 2 interceptions, but he'll get you 300 yards.
Look, if he's serviceable, I think the Jets can be good. But that's the big question mark because they got the talent offensively.
I love their offensive line. I even love the wide receiver room, and I love Breece Hall. I love Braylon Allen. We'll find out about the tight ends, right? I just don't know. Look, you want to blame the Raiders for all of Geno Smith's problems. The Seahawks, that second half of that year in the Seahawks, too, he fell apart, turned the ball over a bunch, and look what happened to Seattle the moment they got rid of him. They won the freaking Super Bowl with Sam Darnold.
Right.
So
quarterback matters so much.
It does. And it doesn't mean...
And coaching. Quarterback and coaching.
I am never going to get on a fan of a team that probably deep down knows they're going to stink, but wants to find a reason for belief in August, because that's what sports is all about. Really, football is all about. So I don't blame you, John, for feeling that way. And look, in football, you never know. Like maybe Geno Smith figures it out. But I think the odds are extremely stacked. To come out there and say your offense is set when Geno Smith is your quarterback, it's a tough sentence. That's a tough one for me. 888-808-1019. We have the favorites out for the first coach fired this year. You want to take a guess who that is? We will discuss that when we come back. Plus, OG Anunoby saying the thing we should all be thinking out loud. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash on The Fan.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Devastating news for the Washington Commanders, losing star left tackle Laramie Tunsil for perhaps the entire season, at least a majority of it, with a torn triceps. Tunsil is one of the best left tackles in the league, and outside of quarterback Jaden Daniels, probably the one player the Commanders could not afford to lose. And now looking at the NFC East, it's hard not to look at the Commanders as the last place team in the division. I'm Nick Costos.
I love a girls' weekend, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
You can usually find me in the kitchen, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm still in the mix with Skyrizi to treat my joint symptoms.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe at 4 months.
Or if you're an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. New shoes, new clothes, brand new great. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on Verizon. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
Hey, Yankees fans! Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st, as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at yankees.com/tickets.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof, we've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Hi, this is New Jersey Attorney General Jen Davenport. Before you enjoy a night out, have a plan for a safe, sober ride home, because impaired driving can wreck it all. Be safe, be responsible, never drive drunk or high. Together, let's prevent a tragedy on New Jersey's roads.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved $900 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based Based on the national average annual savings for new auto customers surveyed in 2025 who switched to Allstate and reported savings, potential savings and availability varies by state.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back-end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW-1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Hey, Salicata here for CertaPro Painters, and my wife is still satisfied by my good friends at CertaPro Painters. They work fast and clean, and if she's happy, you better believe I'm happy. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call. 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Woo! Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash. She's already at the last hour of the show? That's crazy. All right, the Carton Show with McMonagle and Carton coming up your way in an hour or so. I did hear next week McMonagle on vacation. A lot of big fill-in hosts Craig was bragging about. Hearing whispers of Chris Christie and Bart Scott out there. Or at least I think he said it on the air. By the way, Craig, I love you if you're listening. Friday night, I am driving to Yankee Stadium as this thunderstorm approaches, and we have the Carton Show on, as we always do. And I'm not, by the way, this is going to be very hypocritical because I've said some really whatever things. My daughter Taylor's in the back seat. They get into the Enos Kanter story with the WNBA.
Yes.
All right, whatever. Craig's being Craig. It's good. Craig whooped out the line, Enos has a penis, and started chanting it, to which it got to the 6th inning at the stadium Friday night before my daughter stopped telling my dad, Enos has a penis. And now I have a month to hope she forgets that before first grade starts. So, Craig.
What did you learn this weekend? This is Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you learn this summer, Taylor? Enos has a penis? You're like, Mr. and Mrs. Morash, you need to come in for a parent-teacher conference.
That's all I was saying. That's all I told her. I go, whatever you do not repeat that in school. So, thanks, Craig. I had that. That was a big chunk of my Friday night. I was dealing with that. All right. Speaking of dealing with things, we're going to get right back to your calls, 888-808-1019. So as we approach the NFL season, you get all sorts of emails from different sports books and whatnot on kind of fun stuff to gamble on in the football season. The first NFL coach fired odds have come out. Do you want to guess who number one is?
Let me look real quick. I'm going to say the odds for first coach fired.
I will tell you the odds are 2-1, so they're very heavily favored that this would be the first coach fired.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is it a new head coach?
No. Remember the first head coach fired last year? Does anybody remember who?
It was Dave's, wasn't it?
No. Do you remember, Connor?
No.
Has a Giants tie-in.
Who?
Brian Callahan.
Oh, right.
From the Titans. He was fired in season. 2 years ago, do you remember who the first coach fired was? Anybody?
No.
Robert Saleh. When he was fired
yeah.
before the London game. Okay, so the first coach, do you have any other guesses, Tiki?
I'm going to say it is Todd Bowles.
Aaron Glenn.
What?
At 2-1. This is from Bet
Why you
Online.
laughing?
Bet Online has this. So Aaron Glenn at 2-1. Plus 550, the second biggest odds are Todd Bowles. So you were close. Zach Taylor is 3. Shane Steichen in Indy is 4. And Brian Schottenheimer is 5. I actually think there's a good chance the first coach fired is the 6th best odds here, which is Dan Quinn in Washington. Because I could see with this left tackle news, them maybe not getting off to the start they want. And he's already kind of on the hot seat. But anyway, to bring this back to the Jets, for Aaron Glenn to be favored, it had me thinking. All right, do I think Aaron Glenn is going to get fired in season? Because I think when you read first coach fired, I just gave you 2 examples in season, and that didn't even include Dave's last year. There's going to be a coach fired in the season.
Of course, it happens every year.
It happens every year. So then I have to weigh what are the odds it's Aaron Glenn? And this, obviously, the odds will tell you they think it's favored towards Aaron Glenn. The Jets' schedule to start the year, we've made so much about that Titans Week 1 game. Obviously, the Packers, no Micah. Okay, Week 3, the Lions, but they're banged up. Looks like Week 4, the Bears. Week 5, are they off?
Cleveland. Week 5 is Cleveland. Their bye week is 13.
Oh, okay. So for some reason it didn't pop here. Then it's the Patriots. Then the Dolphins. So they get the Browns and Dolphins through the 7 weeks. But the point is, if they get to Week 5 and they're 0-4 with the Browns on the schedule, I think if they didn't beat the Browns and they started 0-5, I actually could see Aaron Glenn getting fired. And that kind of goes back to why that Titan game is so important. Because think about it, that's a tough ask. Just alone, Packers, Lions, Bears, Patriots, tough ask in those spots.
It feels to me like I think he's got at least through the bye week.
Okay, and that was Week 13, you said?
That's Week 13. So if they're 3-9 going into the bye week, saying losing at Miami, which would be they've already played Miami. Yeah, they had already played Miami twice at that point, and they're 3-9. I could see them getting fired, but anything better than that. I don't think so.
Listen, the only thing that makes me pull back on that, Tiki, because normally I think a bye week is when it comes to starting a new quarterback or firing a coach, we often point to the bye week. The fact that Woody Johnson just did this 2 years ago fairly early in the season.
Yeah, but it's become a trend in the league. Like
it has been.
When you figure out that you don't have the right guy, he ends up getting a lot more pressure internally.
Yeah, he does. He does. But also hiring Frank Reich, who you know is not going to be the long-term head coach, he could fill in the rest of the year and kind of stabilize you anyway. And you probably don't think Frank Reich's going to be your long-time head coach. Look, all I'm saying is when I read these odds and I look at the Jets' schedule, I can envision in my mind where this comes true. I can. And
he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
And it just goes back to Week 1. This Titan game versus, and you know that's not going to sit well with Woody Johnson, too, if Robert Saleh wins that game. And it's pretty commanding.
And it's a lot of former Jets.
Yeah, a lot of former Jets who they couldn't win with the Jets.
Right. Now, they have a bad offensive line, the Titans. And so
starting Austin Schlottman at center. You believe that?
I know.
It's going to benefit the Giants with a comp pick.
Right. So I feel like Evan has said this multiple times, and he's so right. It is that Titans game is do we have a season game? Meaning, do we keep our coach game? That's what it feels like.
Dude,
and so for a guy only going into a second year as a head coach, there's so much pressure on him or them as a team in Week 1 of this upcoming NFL season.
There is. And opponent aside, it's also about the coach he's facing, the players. Like, it's one thing to lose to the Titans, who are an ascending team with Cam Ward. It's another thing for the owner to look at the coach he just fired 2 years earlier, right back at it, rubbing your... He's having success in Week 1, and you're still getting your nose rubbed in it?
You ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
Dude, then think about what Aaron Glenn will look like after that if they start losing to these NFC North teams. Like, there is a path to Aaron Glenn not getting out of October as a Jets coach.
I can't see it, but I can see why the odds have it that way, mainly because their schedule. The way that their schedule plays out, it's hard.
Yeah.
Especially early.
What? Okay.
Even though there were some winnable games as you get like weeks 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but it's still it's going to be a tough hustle for them.
It's going to be a very tough hustle, and that's what just leads me back to the pessimism around the Jets. I would feel way differently about this team if they were playing in one of the South divisions, number 1, and number 2, if they had a Now, we bring up Cade Klubnik, but had they taken, a different
Who
kind
hasn't
of
had a
quarterback.
great camp.
Who has not had a great camp. Oh, and on that note, too. Look, I wasn't high on this guy coming out. Clearly, the team that drafted him is high, and he's already played a preseason game. The love affair with Carson Beck in Arizona. That's another one would make the Jets look very bad if he turned into something because he wasn't a first-round pick.
No.
He's a guy who won some in college football, obviously changed programs from Georgia to Miami. Could have been anybody's. They take him in the third round. If the Cardinals end up with one of these third-round hits like a Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott, and again, the Jets, who passed on Jackson Dart the year before, that's another indictment. That's an arrow that should have been thrown in round 3 as you're searching for this.
Right, especially because you knew you needed a quarterback.
Yeah.
You know you can get one next season, obviously with the draft that everybody keeps talking about in 2027. But at the same time, this Jet team feels like, and by the way, we've been saying this for years, they have to start winning.
They have to.
It's not about developing anymore. You got to win now.
You have to. And nobody's saying you have to win 11 games, but you cannot just keep bottoming it out. Now, Connor, you're Mr. Jet. Your dad is ready to put the Jet jersey back on had they gotten Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
Aaron Glenn, does he survive the season?
I think he will, just because I think Woody Johnson's probably tired a little bit of firing people. I think that's why they kept Glenn going into this year. I don't think he'll keep his job after the season because I don't think they're going to be good this year. But I don't think they're going to fire him mid-season and have the whole commotion like they did 2 years ago. I think they'll let him ride the season out. But I think eventually he will get fired.
And again, it's not necessarily a knock on Aaron Glenn because sometimes your first job is not the best one. It's not the one that you're going to end up having your career defined by.
Belichick and the Browns.
Belichick and the Browns. There's been a bunch of guys that have been fired. I was just asking you this in the break. I forgot that Tony Dungy was fired. I kind of thought he left voluntarily, but he kind of was pushed out.
In Tampa,
and then they won a Super Bowl the following year. Obviously, he goes on and wins the Super Bowl for the Indianapolis Colts. And
why am I spacing on who won the first Super Bowl? Oh, Gruden.
And he got fired by the Raiders.
Yes. Right. It was traded.
But basically asked to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fired with a kickback.
Right.
That's exactly what happened. All right, 888-808-1019. Steve in Boundbrook. Steve, what's up?
Hey, Shaun, what's up?
What's going on?
Tiki, how's it going?
All's good, dude.
Shaun, listen, good news for you. This year's Rose Bowl is January 1st. It's on a Friday, so you don't have to go to work the next day. You can be hungover, but you don't have to worry about going to work.
That's great. By the way, I haven't even looked that far ahead of dates, assuming Evan did. So you tell me all the college football playoff games are on Friday this year?
Well, I mean, you know what? Man, is that crazy? I'm thinking the Rose Bowl. I'm not sure if that's an NCAA playoff game.
It usually
they
is,
changed the Rose Bowl. Well, it used to be, obviously, like you said, like dinner time, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
On
Either way,
January 1st,
I'll sign up that right now. If it's a Friday, I'm in the mix.
Yeah, but now, in the new world we're living in with college football, it could be January 8th. Who knows?
That's true. That's a good
I wasn't
point.
thinking of that. Two things real quick. Number one, Tiki, that second NFL regular season game that's in Australia, way better game than the opener. Who wants to watch an out-of-conference matchup? It's going to be probably want to see Seattle blow them out again.
Right.
Rather see an interdivisional rivalry game with the Niners and Rams. And number 3, did you guys see the third season of Quarterback on Netflix? And what
I
did you
have
guys
not
think?
watched it.
I am about 6 episodes in. I've been watching it as I work out in the morning.
Great.
Yeah.
Who is it
Great.
this year?
You think
It's Baker Mayfield. It's Joe Flacco.
Daniels,
Daniels, and Cam Ward.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it was Tiki, really, really good. Get on that.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Thanks for the call, Steve.
Those are good. Like you end up learning a lot about the personality of the QBs, and you can also determine what kind of leader they are, like who they are for their teams.
I agree. I'm going to be honest. I'm usually a sucker for anything NFL films related. Like I've seen every episode of every version of Hard Knocks. Quarterback is not my favorite show, and I think what you're saying about what you like about it maybe is what I dislike about it. I don't love the idea of like handing me 4 players that maybe I'm not that interested in following around.
Right.
Whereas opposed to like I like the team aspect where I can kind of latch onto a couple characters.
Well, I like Baker Mayfield. That's why I want to watch this.
His story is the best of the 4. Cam Ward's is kind of cool.
Well,
like
he's still young. He hasn't really.
Yeah. I got to be honest with you. Flacco on board with the I'm watching this, and it's like it's cool that you get to see a player get traded in season because you talk about how that used to not exist. So that part's kind of cool, but he's just, and it's not his fault. He's boring. There's nothing about Joe Flacco that I find all that interesting.
Kirk Cousins was boring too.
Yeah.
But he was fascinating.
And you know who else is boring? And this actually is in a good way. Jaden Daniels is kind of boring. Like, You see why
he's not loud. He's not bombastic.
No, you see why he's a really good guy.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely get the sense that Jaden Daniels, you'd want to be your son.
100%. Like,
or marry your daughter kind of guy.
His issue is nothing but his health.
His health. But there's something about he's just boring on TV. I don't know. And the show's fine. It does a good job. But overall, yeah, like if you're looking to scratch the football itch and look back, it's fine. It's fine, but I'm still more of a Hard Knocks guy. Have you watched any of the first episode of the Hard Knocks?
No.
They loved rubbing the Jets and Giants salt to the wounds. The first minute.
I didn't even know the Hard Knocks was back yet.
So it started last week. They started a week earlier than usual because they're ending a week early. I think they figured out that spot because they realized with the getting rid of the fourth preseason game, having Hard Knocks lead in past Labor Day weekend, it's like camp's over. They're not even playing games.
Nobody cares. We know all the storylines.
Right. So they used to
telling us stuff we already know.
They used to condense that first episode of like 2 weeks worth of footage into 1 week. So now they're just, 1 week at a time. But the first minute and a half of Hard Knocks, and this isn't really spoilers, the Seahawks getting their rings. And essentially it's Leonard Williams, it's Sam Darnold, and it's Julian Love.
Yeah.
Julian Love, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there staring going, is this like a big middle finger to Giant and Jet fans that basically some combination of two of your guys are just getting rings and you realize how far away you are? It really pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. But on that note, you know what my other takeaway in episode 1 of Hard Knocks was? This Mike McDonald. I don't know how teams sat him down to be a head coach interview and passed on him.
Yeah. He's great.
Dude, the way he connects with the players.
Well, 100%.
It
took him a year to figure it out.
Yeah.
And he completely figured it out.
I watched
he's smart. That's the thing. You can tell by listening to him. He's a smart dude.
He'll get, if he ever got let go, he just won a Super Bowl, he'll get another job. Like, that's a guy who's a head coach for the next 15 years in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's good, man.
Well, I mean, you win a Super Bowl, you just kind of...
I know.
You stamp your resume with a massive star.
And also with the Seahawks, he just brought this up too. I'm sorry. My football brain's going. I forgot when the schedule came out because we did all that guessing on who the opener was going to be with the Seahawks. And it felt like the Bears were that sexy matchup. I think I forgot that it's the Patriots who, all right, they had A.J. Brown or whatever. I didn't forget, though, that was one of the most boring Super Bowls of our lifetime.
Right, it was.
And to his point, we're going to have the 49ers and Rams open up in Australia for what we will experience on a Thursday night, for them a Friday morning. For a Wednesday night, man, if we get another game that looks like that Super Bowl, that's a rough start to the NFL because you had some decent options.
Yeah.
Patriots-Seahawks does not make my pants move. Right. Not at all. I don't need to see a repeat of that game. Seattle is just fine for a great team. Kind of boring, too.
Well,
they're like a nondescript great franchise.
And also, how their season ended was obviously spectacular, winning a Super Bowl. But then immediately after, they let Kenneth Walker, who was Super Bowl MVP, leave. Jackson Smith and Jim was still there. He got a massive deal.
Yeah.
And
99 club.
The stars there. Sam Darnold, even though he's not charismatic, he is a star quarterback in the league, winning a Super Bowl. But they also immediately tried to sell their team.
That was the other part of it too. Yes.
So it just felt like
disjointed.
Yeah, it's a little disjointed.
Like it wasn't your typical won a Super Bowl take bows.
Let's repeat.
Like the Knicks right now.
100%.
Totally different type of champion.
The conversation is very different around Seattle nationally than it is about the Knicks.
And I'm torn because I think McDonald's a great coach, but I don't know, man. Is there anybody today, a month out of football, that's picking the Seahawks to repeat or go back to the Super Bowl?
I mean, you probably should.
Right, their defense is great.
Because Mike McDonald's a good. He's a kind of defensive coach, and I mean this from a defensive coordinator standpoint, where the personnel doesn't necessarily matter. Like he's going to scheme it right, and he's going to put his team in best position to win. And defense, as you know, is such a big part of winning.
Totally.
And so they're going to be good, but they're not sexy.
They're not sexy at all. It's just, and this is really messed up, Tiki. Because I don't know what more the guy's got to prove to me. I still don't believe in Sam Darnold. I don't. And that's probably more of a me issue.
The reason I would disagree is because, look, we know he was in a bad spot when he was here with the Jets.
Totally.
And it took him getting the right coaching, the right infrastructure around him, and you see how good he is.
Yeah.
And so, I actually have to start believing in him because he had a really great season in Minnesota. They made a horrific decision, and this is what cost Kwesi, the former GM, his job, to replace him with
J.J. McCarthy.
who hasn't even won the starting job yet. Look, it looks like he might because Kyler Murray's having a bad camp, but
not a good sign for Minnesota.
Are you confident in Minnesota?
No.
And so I feel like if he had stayed in Minnesota, Minnesota would be a favorite.
But similar to Seattle, the reason that I come back to Minnesota is I believe in Kevin O'Connell. So that's why I don't want to bail on this. But I don't know, man. I know he won the Super Bowl. I still view it as a defensive team. I can't get behind for a second straight year thinking Sam Darnold's going to go win 12 games. I'm probably the one that's wrong. I want to acknowledge that. There's something that's wrong with me in that belief because he shouldn't have to prove it anymore.
It's because you're biased.
I am.
Your brain is biased because you can still recall and remember talking about Sam Darnold as a Jet.
And he didn't just leave the Jets and go right to Carolina and have that success, I guess, because it took a couple other stops. Right. And I'm also biased to, you got to succeed with the team that drafted you. There's so many elements. You're right. And I don't know. But I can't imagine I'm alone on that thought with Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. 888-808-1019. Chris and Bayshore. Chris, what's up, man?
Yeah, hey, guys. Listen, good show. Tiki show and good show. Couple of things. First of all, Connor's list I thought was great. Really enjoyed it. The second thing is you guys were talking stadiums before. I remember being at the opening, 1976, October 10th, when they lost to the Cowboys, the original Meadowlands. Right. And it was just so much excitement about that stadium opening up. And then it just quickly turned to just, it literally took 3 hours to get from your car onto a major highway. It was incredible. But what concerns me now is just the quality of the turf and all the talk about guys really putting their careers on the line. And I don't know what would have to happen before they would kind of take a look and see what's best for everybody. What do you think?
Well, I think it was why I have to look. I told you I'd look it up, and I didn't. When the next CBA is it feels like it's becoming more and more vocal from a player standpoint, and you're getting it from I think even the fans. It's a better aesthetic look.
Yeah. And the World Cup, by the way, when they put all the grass, it caused all those players to go.
And by the way, that's the biggest thing is that the World Cup did it where every stadium was uniform.
Mm-hmm. And it's a bad look to rip
every
it
field,
all
I
out
should
now.
say, was uniform. Right. And now you're ripping out and you're throwing the turf back down there, and it's just not as friendly to the player. And again, the CBA, whenever it comes due again, I can guarantee this is going to be something they discuss, even if it doesn't become one of the sticking points.
Well, you know what? On it being one of the sticking points, if the players really believe this, so much so they made that big social media push, like I was bringing up with the World Cup.
Right.
Dude, you could lose a lot of battles when it comes to money and financing, and we see all the baseball stuff that we're going to get into. I don't know, man. If you guys really believe as players that this is that big a deal and it's your body's on the line, I don't think there's a fan in America who wouldn't understand you not giving into that.
The CBA expires at the end of the 2030 league season, so 2031.
All right. So 5 more days, and then we're going to have football on the 4th of July. 5 more years, and football on the 4th of July for the opener. And then Labor Day will play, right? That's exactly what's going to happen after that CBA. Christmas Eve special.
Doubleheaders, day night.
Yeah. Roku channel will get the Tuesday morning game in Japan. We know that's coming. Hooper in Greenwich, Connecticut. Hooper, what's up?
Hey, Hooper.
Hey, the reason turf field won't work in the Meadowlands is that there's 2 teams that play at that field. It's a prime example of why we need another stadium in this area with a roof on it.
Now, Hooper, I would love another stadium with a roof on it, but if you think the cost of building another stadium with a roof on it won't basically be 50 times the cost of figuring out grass field that can survive 2 teams, I think you're nuts.
Right. Because SoFi has 2 teams as well. Right. They're also grass. I mean, they're also turf. They're also turf.
But is it better turf? I feel like people don't complain about SoFi.
I think they don't complain because it doesn't get hard.
Okay.
It doesn't get
because of the elements of LA.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice outside.
Yeah, we're gonna clip that, by the way. 110%. Connor's already over it.
The turf that was in the old veteran stadium that had the concrete underneath, was that better for injuries because you wouldn't get your feet caught in there?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but it hurts so bad.
Knee bruises after that.
You'd have scars.
You'd see in the video, the concrete would sometimes be the 100%. Field would get pulled up.
But you'd also get tackled and slide. And it immediately ripped up your arms. You had that that new skin. It's not like a deep cut, but it's like a bad abrasion. I hated the vet. It was the worst place I ever played in.
You know who else hates the vet? My dog. Every time. You need to put the muscle on.
My dog doesn't actually hate the vet. She loves the vet. Millie does, at least.
It was such an easy, corny joke. I'm almost disgusted by myself.
You came up with it pretty quick, though. I'll give you credit.
Yeah, listen, it's one of my strengths. By the way, the only thing I'm quick with is stupid jokes. I wish I was quick with foot speed.
Hey, Dad.
Thank you. Exactly. All right, when we come back, more on the Giants leaving West Virginia. Plus that, I promise I got to finally pay off the what the hell happened at the soccer field. Tiki explained to me payoff. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash on the Fan.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, you got to check out Collars & Co. You've seen them on Shark Tank. They landed that deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts, and now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer. This thing is legit. Sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up my friends over at collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com. Or you can stop by their brand new boutique on the Upper West Side at 182 Columbus Avenue. collarsandco.com.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New York State Thruway Authority. Imagine that your workplace is inches from traffic and a car flies by drifting because someone checked their phone. People work here. They trust you. Don't drive distracted. Funded by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration with a grant from the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
The Yankees meet the Mariners in the Bronx. 7:05 tomorrow night.
Breaking ball swung on and a high fly ball. Deep left field. Going back, gone!
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan, 101.9 FM, and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books with One Sport. The lead up to the U.S. Open continues with the quarterfinals at the Canadian Masters, and I think Luciano Darderi is a live dog. The Italian, ranked 22 in the world, is a 2-1 underdog against American Brandon Nakashima. On a normal hard court, I'd agree, but Montreal center court is very slow, and it's expected to be extremely humid tonight. This will play more closely to clay court conditions with long rallies, so I give Darderi closer to a 50-50 shot of winning. Darderi on the money line, outright. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, Salicata here for CertaPro Painters, and my wife is still satisfied by my good friends at CertaPro Painters. They work fast and clean, and if she's happy, you better believe I'm happy. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call. 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
When it comes to a phone service, maybe you're not ready to sign up for a whole year up front. Fair enough. Red Pocket Mobile gets it. During Red Pocket Mobile's summer savings event, select plans are half off your first month. As little as $10 to try it out. $10 with your pick of 3 major 5G networks. No contract, no cancellation fee. If you like it, you stay. Keep your number, keep your phone, pick your network. Visit redpocket.com today. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Whoever said fork in the road.
must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
It's August. The dog days of summer are here.
I wonder how Nielsen Dodge can make it better.
Have a Dog Days of Summer savings event.
That's a doggone great idea.
Now that's a good girl.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease on new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $289 a month. Yes, just $289 a month.
There's always zero down payment available.
The credit help you need.
More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals.
Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event. With approval, term 36 months, due at sign, $69.82 at tax tag and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
When I hit my 50s, I felt like things were slowing down.
This is Sandra's Metamucil story.
I started taking Metamucil for digestion, but had no idea it would impact so much more. Not only did Metamucil help me feel more regular, but my heart health saw the benefits too.
Metamucil. One simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to Metamucil.com for more details.
Hey, it's Brew, and I feel like everything in my life depends on being connected. Whether I'm uploading a video, hopping on a call before my show, or video chatting with my family back in Michigan, I never have to think about my Wi-Fi. And that's why Xfinity stands out. You get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, you can get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that.
Listen weekdays to Evan and Tiki for the Call of the Day. Brought to you by Wind Creek Bethlehem. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Start your day with Boomer and Geo. Join the conversation weekday mornings from 6 to 10. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. A much-desired off night for the Yankees tonight as they get set for 3 games versus the Mariners the rest of the week. But the Red Sox do visit the Jays, so all eyes on that game as Boston has lost 2 in a row. The Mets, meanwhile, go to Atlanta as Christian Scott takes on Bryce Elder at 7:15. I'm laughing hearing this music, knowing that Tiki was at an Usher concert this weekend.
Nice one, Connor. Nice one.
Did you sing "Yeah" when it got played? Or was Tiki already out of there?
No, I think I was there when they played.
Was Lil Jon there?
No.
Lil Jon's actually, I think, coming with Pitbull to Jones Beach.
Really?
Yeah.
It was Chris Brown.
Chris Brown
with
was
Usher.
there. But Mary J. Blige came, which was great.
Mary J. Blige is great.
She was awesome. That was my favorite part. She came out.
She was underrated when everybody went nuts for the 50 Cent Eminem Super Bowl. Mary J. Blige, I thought, was awesome.
Oh, she was. That was the best halftime show I've seen.
I
Mainly because it was my era of music. So
yeah, and it was just the perfect all-star collaboration.
Right.
I absolutely. Do you treat concerts the way you treat sometimes games where you're like, I'm going to dip out?
Yeah.
Have you seen an encore lately?
Well, I mean, no, I have not. And it ended late. And I thank my buddy Barry Simmons, who I played football with. He's now at Wells Fargo. He's the head of the client relations across the East Coast. And so he had a suite. And so we went. And the problem was traffic was horrible getting there because I guess.
Oh, you mean traffic into MetLife Stadium was terrible? I never heard that.
It was just, I mean, there's so many people.
Yeah.
And people didn't know where to go. And it was bad. But it was a good concert. But then it got to the point where it was just kind of like I was watching kind of porn, like soft porn. I was like, damn, we got to get out of here.
Oh, yeah? There's a lot of grinding going on that stage?
Brooklyn's home by herself. Let's go.
Wow. Well, listen, if they start making concerts look like porn, you might get me more venues.
I leaned over to Tracy at one point, and I was like, it's a good thing we didn't bring our kids.
Yeah, to explain that.
I know.
Usher's bumping and grinding. Good for him. Okay, now, soccer. Hole in the field. If you haven't seen this, all over social media. Guy scores a goal in soccer. Well, I don't even, it's something like...
he was the center back.
The center back.
For a Brazilian Serie A team.
Okay. So he goes to, like Ezekiel Elliott would jump in the Salvation Army bucket after a touchdown. He goes to jump over this fence, except for it happens to locate one area where, for some reason, there is a large hole that's like dug out with like stairs, and he jumps right into it. This video is insane online in celebration. Turns out he's all right. I thought when I saw this at first, I'm like, oh my God, did this guy die?
You're right.
Turns out
it wasn't that far of a fall.
Apparently, yeah. It just looks worse in video, and he had a minor ankle sprain.
Yes.
But the worst part of it all was the goal got called back for VAR review.
Yeah, it got called back on VAR. This is at Estadio Quanto Piera down in Brazil. And so he scores a goal. It's his second of the goal. So he's a center back. So he's basically the most important defender right in front of the goalie. And he scores his second goal of the game.
So that doesn't happen for that position.
It just never happens. And so I think he scored 9 goals in his career, this guy. And so he goes and he jumps over the boards. And there's a ramp where the visiting team goes into their dressing room. It's like the ramp is underground.
So stupid.
And so it's, for whatever reason, it's open.
Yeah.
And maybe they just didn't close it on the way back. And you could see the guy coming from far away because he sees him running. Yeah. He's going to jump at that point. He's like, no.
Don't do it. Yeah.
And he jumps over and he just disappears. I think what makes it so dramatic is that you expect him to jump and land and be like, yeah, he's celebrating to the home crowd. And he's just gone.
Yeah, he just disappears on the side. I'm watching this over and over again. There's also a random mascot running towards him telling no.
Apparently it's happened before at that stadium.
Oh, really?
Because for whatever reason, I don't know why they keep that open.
Yeah, but also what a stupid design.
It's a ridiculous design. Just put it back like 10 more feet.
You know, and on that note, exactly. Put it back 10 more feet, or I don't know, like have them come out not like underground. There, like on the sidelines maybe?
Well, I think a lot of those old, not even old, but because this stadium was, I forget when the stadium was.
What is it, a tornado shelter of a locker room?
No, it's hard to, the stadiums are smaller. It's not like a massive MetLife stadium, so it's a smaller stadium, and they have this space behind the goals where it's just open. Yeah. And they do that so people can't rush the field. And so so they have the entry into the locker room right on the other side of the field. And so this I forget his name. He jumps over the barrier and just disappears. And it looks like he probably died. No, he didn't. Yeah, he just sprained his ankle a little bit. He had to come off the game, obviously, but they ended up winning 2-1 anyways. But it's just the visual of it. It's it's perfect for social media.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, obviously that he's all right is so good, but also got me thinking too because I was watching that quarterback show.
Yeah.
Maybe you felt this way as a player. I just find anything like this stupid in a stadium. Like, for instance, the Ravens. That stadium's not that old.
No.
In essence.
No, I mean, it was only like 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
The idea that teams need to come up and down stairs on the sideline to get to the locker stairs in cleats.
Right.
Like, and they're not the only ones that do this. I've always found it so absurd. Like, whenever they play a winter classic in a baseball stadium or a football stadium where you're climbing stairs to get on the field, how come that is just not easy technology? Just ramp it down.
Right, or come out normally. There's no. I think there's no tunnel. I think that's the difference.
But it's stupid. Like if you really tore your ACL in Baltimore, somebody has to help you downstairs.
Yeah.
Think about that.
At M&T Bank Stadium.
How absurd is that?
Well, it's a better use of space. I just love the vision. It's just funny visual. Now that he's fine, you can laugh about it.
Jump it up. It's
and
just
joke
gone.
about it.
His whole body's gone. And just one guy just goes running down the stairs to grab him. Wow, that's absurd.
He didn't land that far down.
No, but still, the idea that the goal got called back for that kind of celebration, too, that's a brutal one. James in Morganville. James, what's up, man?
Hi. So you guys were talking about like grass stadiums and how they can't function with concerts and all that stuff. There's actually 2 stadiums that actually solve this issue.
Go ahead.
And this might send Tiki down the rabbit hole of Googling videos.
I will.
But Aviva Stadium in Dublin, Ireland, the whole rugby pitch slides out.
Huh.
And then also Allegiant Stadium, the same thing. The field slides out.
Like Arizona does.
Arizona has it too? Well,
Yes.
the fields are radiated.
Yeah.
And the fields are radiated and everything. And it solves the whole issue of so if there's a concert, literally the field just slides out into this parking lot size area.
To me, that would be the technology, James, because MetLife has enough room in that lot. Now, I get where the position of the stadium is. I don't know. They may have to redirect a road or something to actually do that. Because I'm trying to picture that one end of the stadium that goes towards the racetrack still goes after a couple of the roads in. So it'd probably have to slide out the other way. The problem is if you look at the angle MetLife's
how it's situated.
There is so much room in that J lot towards Quest Diagnostics, but also that's like the sideline side of the stadium.
Right.
The 2 end zone sides, because of the way it's diagonally proportionate, would slide out, I think, to roads.
In MetLife, it's because the parking lot, you have to walk up to get into the stadium, but then go back down the ramp to get to the field.
Yeah.
So it's
if you're down low, yeah.
Yeah. So
some people keep walking up and up.
But you know what I mean? I'm talking about if you're talking from field level, there's no easy way to do it.
No.
And I if they would have thought about it, I'm sure you could have easily designed it.
Yeah.
But I think the bigger issue is what a caller called before and said, there's 2 teams that play there. And so the logistics of, it would be a logistical task to figure out the timing of concerts, of 2 football teams, whatever else they play high school games. All that
and there's
stuff.
times they play one team plays on a Monday night, one team plays on Sunday, whatever.
It's just a lot of work that I think is costly.
Yeah, and they don't want to pay for it. They don't. Now, could they get better turf? I don't even know if that's on the table.
I mean, at this point, turf has been around for
this is
forever.
the point.
Like this new field turf, it's been around for 2 decades.
And that's why when everybody complains about the MetLife turf, I believe the same exact turf exists in 6 different NFL stadiums.
Yes.
Like the same exact one from the same exact company, I think I read. And yet it's always MetLife that gets jarred on that.
Yeah.
Which goes back to my Niners narrative.
And MetLife is weird because when I walk on that field, it feels like tight, but it also feels like loose, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And so it's slippery, but it's tight. So it's an odd.
Well, explain what tight would mean on a field.
Meaning it's packed tight.
Okay.
Like the pellets in it are really packed tight.
So I think that gives it more give.
It's less give, I think that's because there's sometimes so many things on top of it. Like concerts and things of that nature.
True.
That it just gets packed down.
Packs it down.
And so if there was a way to loosen it, now you'd have that. I mean, one thing I hated in those turf fields is you'd get those pellets all over your face. Anytime you went face first into the ground, you come up and you have to wrench your face from the pellets.
Trying to pick them out of your eye with your gloves.
So it's inconvenient. I can't say it's better or worse. I remember Eli talking about this, how he kind of preferred the turf field because it's predictable. Like you know what it's going to be. Whereas sometimes on grass, you get mud spots, you get holes in the grass.
Right. You could get down to the 20 and go, we can't run a play on this hash.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just a little bit more predictable.
Yeah.
And it makes it more consistent in that regard. I think it's just a maintenance thing. The maintenance is probably the biggest reason why MetLife it is and probably will always stay a turf field.
Should send Youssef there. He'd have that place maintained real quick.
Yeah, he definitely.
Guy's a wizard. Frank in Bayside. Frank, what's up?
Hey, how you doing here? All right, so I want to talk the Yankees here for a minute, all right?
All right.
You know, I like this guy Lombard a lot, but I got to tell you, I just went to VI Pizza. I came back. I traveled for work. These guys are thinking that it's like the coming of Christ. I mean, you know, I don't know why these people are falling into these delusions of grandeur when they're like, oh, Lombard's here now. The whole team's going to turn around. I mean, these guys, they can't do anything but either strike out or hit home runs. I just want to know what you think about
all right.
this
Well, Frank,
situation.
I want to leave you on the line because I want to ask you a rebuttal question to that.
Sure.
When you say that the rest of the team basically, like, you know, they're still going to strike out, do all that, I tend to agree and understand where you're coming from. But as far as like the second coming of Christ stuff, of course, that seems a little extreme. You don't watch George Lombard this first week and just kind of feel like it's different than past prospects?
You know, honestly, I see what you're saying here, but the thing is that, you know, I've been watching these games for years, like most of the listeners do, but I'll be honest, like, I'm tired of being disappointed. Everyone gets their hopes up, and I don't want to go through that drill again. I don't want to get my blood pressure up. I'm thinking, like, yeah, it's going to be a great game. And then, you know, they go ahead and go, like, 0 for 5, you know, at home, and then go on the road.
No, it's frustrating. But Frank, look, the Yankees have been extremely frustrating. Tiki pointed it out before the show, or not before, I'm sorry, the first hour of the show. The Yankees have scored 4 double-digit run totals since early June or whatever that ended up being. It is entirely frustrating, and it's frustrating to watch a pitcher
Not
battle.
double digits. This is over 5 runs.
Over 5 runs.
Right.
Okay. It's extremely frustrating. The Yankees are a frustrating team, but through that wave of frustration, it is okay. Like, the Yankees are allowed to have good things. Like, yeah, has Jason Dominguez turned into what we thought? No. Spencer Jones, like, Spencer Jones is another one we heard about for years. I like his game, but I think it's very clear to see where Spencer Jones has warts. I don't know how you watch.
He's young still.
He's young still, and he has plenty of time. But the point is, I think that's a perfect caveat. For all the hype Spencer Jones got, you can see where, like, that fits and he's going to be a good player, or maybe not, or maybe whatever. George Lombard just looks different than that. And it's the
basically
fielding.
because of his glove, right?
Yes, the glove, the confidence, but even just the approach at bat, like, you could just tell. It's the combination of all of these tools where we could throw a million numbers and a million stats at you about this guy did this in AAA, this guy did this in AA. There are just certain guys, when they arrive, you could make the argument, okay, he needs to work on this, this, and this.
But you see it.
But yeah, then there's guys like Lombard that arrive where just, even if the numbers aren't as good as what they have, you just see that that's like a special kind of talent. I don't know what George Lombard is going to be in his career. I'm not putting him in Cooperstown. But all I'm saying is I find it hard to believe we've all sat there for a week and you have a negative thing to say about not assuming
It's hard.
that he's going to be really good.
Yeah, it's hard to see where the major flaw is.
Yeah.
Like, there was a major flaw with the Martian, with Jason Dominguez, and it was his fielding.
His fielding.
It's like, hey,
and you
where's
could
he
talk
gonna
yourself
play?
into that being better. Right. I get it. And with Spencer Jones, it's the open swing for the strikeouts. I still see it, but I like other aspects of the game.
We'll close that down at some point.
Right. I can't. It doesn't mean that George Lombard's not without flaws, but there's the confidence, the smoothness with the glove, making things that once seemed really hard when watching a Yankee game look easy. The team seems dead down 2-0 on Friday night, and he's just, all it takes is him running out a ground ball and circling the bases like that, drawing walks. I mean, he has the intangibles.
Yeah, he does.
And I don't want to use the word Derek Jeter because that's the lazy, easy thing to do when a guy plays shortstop. But Derek Jeter was never the most special athlete in the major leagues, but he did everything the right way. Obviously, you have to be really good. But
He was a super baseball player.
Super baseball player and had intangibles. And, like, I'm not calling George Lombard Derek Jeter, but I see that in him. I see the super intangibles. So
you see the professional. Like, it was a report you sent that he was asking Spencer Jones about the
next day starting pitcher, and nobody else was prepared, and he was already in the books doing that. That is crazy to me.
Right. But that's what comes from having experience via
your father.
Yep. Right. You know
your father.
Every day is a different opportunity for you. You better be ready for it.
And I'm tired of this narrative that because, well, we've been there, done that with failed prospects in New York, that you can't get excited or not see like 3 steps down the road. By the way, Cam Schlittler, a lot of us, including on this show, felt that way from the moment he had his first start. And we've been proven to be correct about that. Right. You don't know what it looks like until you see what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I heard Bidmack talking about this on Friday, where it just you just knew from his first couple of games, mainly with his glove, and this is Big Mac's point, he looked like he belonged there. He'd been in the majors for a long time.
Even if he doesn't hit the rest of the year, he should be the shortstop the rest of the year based on the way he fields the position.
Yes. And by the way, this is what we said about Anthony Volpe, but you also saw it change with Anthony Volpe. It was a moment where man,
confidence was shot.
Offensively is what he is. He's going to be the same 220 hitter his whole career. But defensively, when he started to decline or I don't know, whatever, his defense started to look sketchy. It's like, you can't play this guy.
You can't. And who knows? Maybe the offensive struggles led to him mentally ruining his defensive game.
Right. Or
injury.
Yep.
But yeah, like Anthony Volpe, the days of him going down to one knee to field a ground ball. Meanwhile, Lombard's picking balls out of the dirt. He knows how to turn double play. It's refreshing. What's funny is the Yankees are still so frustrating, and yet I have found myself the last week almost refreshed because of the kid.
Well, what you're going to end up having to accept, and this is anti-Yankee history, is that they're going to win one-run games, 3-2 or 2-1,
which typically can be viewed as a good thing when you're winning one-run games.
It should be viewed.
But
it should be viewed as a good thing, but it also doesn't instill confidence.
No,
and so that's why, different than I think previous years, where you're worried about the bullpen or worried about whatever other issue there was. You never thought you'd have to worry about the Yankees scoring, but that's their issue this year.
Will George Lombard Jr. ever be king of New York?
No.
Wow, Connor.
He could be.
Could be. All right.
Could be.
He's going to turn
10 years from now.
He's going to turn into a 290 hitter, 850 OPS.
I'm going to tease
35 home runs.
He'll have a high ex-WOBA, maybe.
If he's that and his defense is great, then yeah, maybe. And they win a championship. But baseball, you got to win a championship.
You have to.
King. You have to.
Especially as a Yankee shortstop.
Right.
He doesn't win, he'll start feeling the same pressure as Judge. Now, I'm going to tease it. We're not going to discuss this now, but I'm going to tease this just so if it gets swiped up, it doesn't look like I'm stealing from somebody else. Better career in New York. George Lombard Jr. or Jackson Dart. We're going to discuss that tomorrow. I think it's a fun debate. Quarterback of the Giants, shortstop of the Yankees, two of the most premier positions in New York sports. Both have basically burst on the scene with similar feelings to start their careers. I want you to let that sink in for tomorrow. And I may even text every personality at WFAN to get their prediction. I'm going to pull an Evan Roberts.
Right.
How about that? Take that, Evan. Joe in Oceanside. Joe, what's up?
Oh, I'm very excited about the Giants this year. Tiki, you're my second favorite Giant of all time.
I appreciate
I'm right
that.
behind LT.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I'm very excited about them. What do you think? I mean, I think with this defense, they're going to be really, really good.
I need to see them play a game. I need to see them physically. And then what's happened this weekend? We'll see it on Saturday. And schematically what it looks like, even though it's not going to be complex, coverages from Denard Wilson, but you're just going to see how these guys play together, which feels like we don't know.
Now, when you say we'll see it on Saturday, do you mean just Denard Wilson's scheme or the actual
just
starters?
Schematic. I
don't think they're going to play Saturday.
I mean, it's hard to predict what John Harbaugh's going to do with his starters. Historically, he hasn't, even though he has put a ton of emphasis on the preseason. As we know, there was a point where they hadn't lost a preseason game in like 4 years, and it prepared them for their regular seasons. It's one thing I appreciate about John Harbaugh is he uses the preseason training camp, as we saw last week down in West Virginia, and I think also over the course of his career in Baltimore, he wants the season to start quickly. Right, that 1 year that we were talking about, somebody brought it up earlier where they lost a game to the Chiefs at the beginning of the season, and then I called one of their games against the Raiders in Baltimore, and they ended up losing the game. They lost 26-23 to the Raiders, and it was just like, man, really?
Yeah, like how did you?
How the heck did you lose that game? They ended up winning 12 games that year, and so
weird.
Like he always finds ways to stabilize whatever the issue. Because at that point, you were wondering, man, are the Ravens going to be one of the biggest disappointments this season? They won 12 games.
He does right the ship.
He finds ways to right the ship. And I think from a leadership standpoint, that's what you want in a head coach. Someone who can recognize what the issue is and then make it right or make it better.
Well, that's the other thing, that if the Giants did start 0-2, and I know that's what everybody's circling was 2 hard games.
Yeah.
Unlike past
primetime
years.
games, Dallas and
they're hard games.
The Rams.
And I have more confidence in week 1 than I do week 2. But look, whatever. It's a week-to-week league. Harbaugh at least we're not going to have that the unrefreshingness of, oh my God, bad start. Is the coach going to get fired?
Right.
Like, we're not doing that this year. And nor would we be doing it next year. And you have the confidence that not everything needs to be an emergency panic button after early losses.
Right.
And his track record shows you that. John in Woodbridge. John, what's up?
Hey, guys. Just a quick thought. You can shoot me down if you think I'm crazy. But a couple of years ago, I don't know if you remember, Jazz at third.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think that could come into play and possibly putting Garcia at second?
Yeah, I mean, John, I thought about this with if everybody came back and Giancarlo DH'd and Judge went to right field. The problem is Garcia hasn't played any second this year, only played it last year. You'd have to get him some reps in September. But also, I would just say this. Has Jazz Chisholm's bat earned him the right to make sure he's in the lineup and play third base?
No.
It hasn't.
No.
And you're not locked into him next year where you're worried about his feelings or anything like that either. I don't love Ryan McMahon's bat long term, but Ryan McMahon's at least hit of late. If we're getting this Ryan McMahon approaching October, it's not even a consideration for me. Because then at that point, I'd be trusting, I can't believe I'm going to say this, McMahon more than Jazz. And I love Jazz.
Right.
But unfortunately, his offense this year hasn't warranted a position change. You're not good enough in the lineup for me to worry about having the jam in your bat in the lineup.
It's hard, you can't argue it.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the fact. It is what it is. Now, that being said, do I think that's what the Yankees are going to do? No. You know what the Yankees are going to do? They're likely, if they face a lefty, to sit Luis Garcia Jr., play the same old, have Jazz play second base, then use him as a pinch hitter late in the game. Although I got to be honest, Garcia's glove, I'd rather Rice DH. We're really putting us in the spot where Stanton, if he comes back, he might have to be the pinch hitter you go to off the bench when you need a home run.
Right.
Because I'm not sure I want Garcia and Rice out of the lineup. And if you're not playing one at second base, I don't know how you do that.
Right.
And I can't believe I'd be saying that because Giancarlo, you've always pointed to him playing in October.
Yeah, and again, we don't even know when Aaron Judge, if and when, it sounds like when he comes back, how available he's going to be to play right field.
That's the other part. That is the very, very quiet part of this. Will Judge just DH when he comes back? Connor looks at me like a sigh, like he's been hearing mumblings. We'll see.
Maybe he can play catcher.
Maybe he can play. A lot more football to come tomorrow. There's no Yankee baseball, which I think is probably good for everybody's blood pressure. You do get a Met game tonight. The Carton Show with Big Mac comes up your way next. Tiki and I will be back tomorrow. Plenty of football to digest as well as we steamroll to these teams, the Jets and Giants, playing their first preseason games when this week ends. All right. See you tomorrow. Tiki and I back. Thank you, Connor. Take care, everyone.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute